She doesn't own a dress. Her hair is always a mess. If you catch her stealing, she won't confess. She's beautiful.
Yo, what is going down, y'all? Welcome in the most underrated podcast you already know, man. Broadcasting Certified Tattoo Studios. I'm your man, Thomas the Franchise. The homie Dow Palantonio is back, sitting across from me here. JJ Stringstein at the end of the table here. Meet Virginia, national champions. First time ever. For the first time ever, we had a national championship where two teams competed for the championship that had never been there before. Awesome.
Virginia doesn't deserve it.
Oh, come on. A little salt.
Yeah, a little salt in the wound.
That's fine.
I remember my first almost win, JJ.
Little salt. I would play Take That L, but I don't want to mess up the intro music because it's a little quirky still. But
No doubt.
anyways, we'll jump into that, man. We'll talk a lot of March Madness tournament. Tons of stuff to talk about on the show. I feel like it's been forever since we gave you guys a podcast. It really has been a week. I think this might be the most amount of time that we've missed since we started the show.
Yeah.
Because we missed technically 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Have we done that? I don't know if we've done that before. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's
what
been a
do
while.
you expect when you're almost 60 episodes deep? There's gonna be some missed.
Life's going to happen.
Right, exactly.
Unfortunately.
Some missed shows. Dow, so obviously you couldn't record Thursday. You just had Robin had a itinerary for you. Sir, gave it to you right as you got on the plane. We're 12:30. We're doing this. 2:30. We're doing this. We're doing lunch at 3. Then we're back at it. You know, all the way down the whole vibe there.
Yep. I was a yes ma'am all day. That's all I was doing all day.
The whole
whole trip. Yeah. You know what, man? She does a hell of a job, man, getting everything booked and whatnot. Sorry, man. My headphones are
messing
not,
up.
Not
No, go ahead. Fix them. I want to. We'll just start there. Well, I want to hear all about your trip. I want to hear about everything you did. Where do we leave off? I'm trying to think. It feels so long. It feels like so much stuff has happened. We've. Let me think here. You left. Oh, I went to opening day on Friday.
Yeah.
Rockies opening day. They got their ass kicked. The Rockies are not looking good to start the season. My uncle bet it's funny. He wanted the over 84.5 wins in Vegas. Right now, I told him on opening day, he's like, "You're being negative." He got all mad at me because he said I was being negative. But I was like, dude, I think this is a letdown year for the Rocks. I don't know. For some reason, it feels like the expectations are just a little bit too big for me this year.
Yeah.
The team, they re-signed Nolan. They've got some up-and-coming prospects. The pitching is supposed to be better. He supposedly got 2 aces in there this year. Mm-hmm. It's not really been the pitching that's been the problem. Early, it's been the bats. Yeah. The offense is terrible for the Rockies right now. So, still a long season. A lot of games to go. But I said, I think they're going to struggle to win 80.
84 is going to be tough.
84 and a half. You need 85 to get the over there,
to
Roselli.
get the win, yeah.
I think they're going to struggle to win 80. So, he kind of got all mad at me. Plus, he's got the over there. He's got them to win the pennant. He's got them to win the World Series. I'm like, I got those futures too. I don't have the over, but I got the pen in the World Series. I'm not cheering against them.
Right.
I'm just saying the expectations feel big. Feels like it could be a letdown year. It was the Dodgers, but they came through and smoked us all weekend, got the sweep, and then we're not continuing to do any better here in the next series. So it's not looking good. I had a good time at opening day. Obviously, you way overpay for the tickets on opening day.
Sure.
It's kind of a mess everywhere. Me and Roselli were scootering around, so that was sick. We took the scooters down to the stadium. Like
the Limes?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Took those. That was fun. His first experience on those.
Do you like them?
Yeah, it was good. It was
No injuries?
Almost ate shit.
No, almost. I have a little video. He was trying to look back and give me a thumbs up and got it pretty squirrely.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was. But I was nervous. He was like, "You probably were hoping I'd break my neck." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Yeah, I want to see you broken arm out of commission.
Yeah,
you
no
can't
doubt.
work. That's what I want. Come on, Roselli."
Yeah.
So anyway,
If you're going to do anything like that, man, save it for the cast.
opening day, then the weekend. But nothing too crazy eventful. WrestleMania, we'll get into all that. But let's talk about your trip, man. How was the trip? What did you do? How was the sneaker experience? Give me the breakdown here.
The breakdown is this, my man. So
4-hour flight on what, Tuesday?
Yes, on Tuesday.
You leave, you get in
Yeah.
late Tuesday.
Is that when we went up there, or did we do
Wednesday.
the cast on Tuesday?
We did the cast Tuesday. You left
so
Wednesday.
early morning Wednesday. Yeah, it was supposed to be a 4-hour plane ride. We actually got there in 3.5 hours, so we had some time to spare, which was super dope, man. We were gonna go right into it, man. We were gonna go right into the theme parks, dude, and get it going. Robin kind of, like I said, she had that mild itinerary because you can only do it mild on traveling days, right?
Yeah.
Because there's always gonna be some letdowns, whether it's things are delayed, airports delayed, planes delayed, whatever it is. Check in, check out. You can't check in till a certain time. So she had a light plan.
Okay.
Outside of that, we were planned out. Okay, we were booked out, planned out, months out.
Months out,
dude. It was intense. But Wednesday we were able to get there, and we checked into our hotel. Let's start there.
Okay.
It was called the Grand Cypress Hotel in Orlando, dude. The nicest hotel that I have ever stayed in my entire
Really? The Grand
life.
Cypress?
Dude, the Grand Cypress, I would recommend that to anybody.
Sounds like some bootleg stuff you'd see off the strip in Vegas.
Dog, this
That would be full of bed bugs.
this was so brilliant. You
The
didn't
Grand
have you didn't have
Cypress.
to leave, dude. They had a 9-hole chip and putting course right on the grounds. They had paddle boats that you could rent out. They had dude, they had one of the biggest pools I've seen. Dude, this topped some of the Vegas pools. Okay. They had a Garado. They had the Playboy Garado.
I don't know what that is.
So
Explain that to
it's
me.
like the little.
the
Oh, you
hell's-
don't know what the Playboy Grotto is? So in
Oh, that like little cave thing?
yeah, the little
Oh,
cave.
it's called a Garado?
Yeah, I think they called it the Playboy
Oh,
Grotto.
that's what we just made. My homie's name was Gerardo. We called him Gerardo.
Oh,
Gerardo.
so, well, it all works, I
Never
guess.
mind. Anyways.
But yeah, a lot of scandalous things happen at the Playboy Mansion in the Grotto. But they had one of these at the hotel. Nothing scandalous happened in there, but it was super cool, man. So you could get
Did you feel
yourself.
like Fred Durst in that bitch?
Oh, dude, I was, man. I was
Doing it all for the nookie?
Yeah.
Come on, the nookie. Come on. I feel you. Okay.
Yeah, so that was cool, man. But the pool was great. It had a lake on 2 different sides of this place. Man, you didn't even have to leave the resort. It was literally a resort, man, and it was super, super awesome, man. So Robin did a hell of a job getting that booked out. So luckily, we just had beers and we just kind of drank that evening. So we didn't do any theme parks at that because we got there so late, but. Had some beers, didn't watch any sports, anything like that. Robin and I, just filling up the love tank, hanging by the pool, hanging by the lake, doing that type of thing. Then comes the following day.
So the first day was chill.
The first day was so chill. It was so
Okay.
nice, yeah. Then comes day 2. Day 2 starts at Universal Studios. And this is what I was looking most forward to, right? When you talk about Universal Studios versus like Magic Kingdom, we looked most forward to Universal Studios, right? They have kind of more adult-friendly rides. So, dude, I was pumped on this day, actually. Screw Magic Kingdom.
Right. All the
dude.
other shit, yeah.
I'm not even worried about that. I got to do it. I got to support the lady, but I'm not pumped, okay, about it. But Universal Studios, let's talk about that, man. Some of the most kick-ass rides there, dude. They have a race through New York with Jimmy Fallon, dude. This was so sick, man.
I've heard about that.
So-
And I saw when they opened that shit on
Yeah.
his show. Yeah, it looked dope.
Dude, it was far out, man.
I'm a huge Fallon fan, too.
Dude, Fallon's tight. And so what this does is it's a simulator, right? So you're sitting in like these church pews, and these church pews move up and down, that kind of stuff, right? But you're watching this like 3D, 4D simulator. So it shows kind of Jimmy Fallon racing through some of the major parts, right, of New York, which is super sick. So it takes you to Times Square,
Nice.
East River,
That's
Statue of Liberty. And dude, like, these are so cool because they actually integrate like water. So if you have a splash or you're going through water like around the Statue of Liberty, dude, you have
It's
this
4D.
random water that hits you in the face. and-
Oh, wow.
Oh man, and if
So
you're
it's super realistic.
yeah, if you drive through a fire, obviously it heats up in there.
Wow.
So it's super, super sick. And what I would tell you about Universal Studios, and I'll kind of go over a couple of different other rides that were pretty fucking sick, but Universal Studios does a great pre and post production of the.
I've never even seen one episode, so I'd be so lost.
Oh, dude.
I think I've seen like a little or one. Maybe I saw the very first one when I was young,
Yeah.
but you know me, and I'm not a big car guy.
Yeah, so the premise of this was the family itself like had just overtaken,
Hold on, how long are these rides? How long are you in the? Are they all vary or?
they all vary.
This sounds like you're going through a storyline, like a 20-minute ordeal.
That's what I'm saying. The pre and post production is insane.
Gotcha.
So, for example, on the Fast and Furious ride, so it starts out as you're kind of walking through Dominic Toretto, the star of the movie, Vin Diesel. You're walking through his garage.
Mm-hmm.
So the cool thing is they have like all this mechanic design set, right? So it's like a movie set. They have the toolboxes and they have the actual cars some of the cars that were actually in the motion picture.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty
Dope,
sick.
yeah.
So then it has music playing that's familiar from the movie as well. And then you're walking up and you're finally getting actually to the ride. So then you actually have the ride. And this one, the premise was, you were in a party bus. It was an after party because he had just taken out the boss and saved the town, right? But it was this after party that turned dramatic because you're in this party bus, you're having a good time with the crew and it's interactive. And then all of a sudden you're on the streets of LA, fighting another boss, which in this case, it happened to be the Shaw guy. And, And it was really weird because you're sitting in this bus, but it's all simulated outside of you. So it's almost like a movie that you're watching that you're kind of ingrained in.
But the bus moves too, right?
But the bus
Like you're getting
moves and
rocked.
does
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So pretty cool. But I was kind of let down by the ride because there was no intensity to it. It was just kind of stupid.
It feels old. It feels. It sounds. I'm sorry. I guess I don't want to say feels. I wasn't there. It sounds like it would feel old school. Like when I went to Universal 20 years ago, it was the same kind of shit. You'd get in one of that was like the very first virtual reality or 3D kind of shit. You got in like a bus or thing that was on some hydraulics,
right?
And then it would shake you around and rumble, and you felt like you were in the thing though. Like it was like cutting edge. Like especially as a young kid, I was probably 8, 9, 10 years old, whatever.
Right.
It sounds like that hasn't really evolved or advanced. Like
I think the effects have a little bit, but the overall simulation of the vehicle that you're in hasn't really grown that much.
Gotcha.
Again, you felt the heat when there was a fire. You felt some of these things. When you go through a splash, you'd feel the water, that kind of stuff. A droplet hit.
Oh, this is on the Fast and Furious one too?
This is
same thing as the Fallon.
Same thing. Any type of action that you have,
but you're let down by Fallon as well?
No, I loved Fallon.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that ride was super sick.
But it's the same situation. You're both in the bus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so you're not in a bus on the Jimmy Fallon. You're in this like row of church pews is what it is. But all these things move up and down and side to side. Whereas you were actually in this bus ride on the Fast and Furious. But no, the Fast and Furious was a letdown just because it was cheesy.
Gotcha.
It was stupid cheesy, unfortunately. And I was looking most forward to that one because I love the storylines. I know all the characters super well. But I was kind of let down about that. That being said, there was a couple other ones that we got to check out. We checked out the Simpsons ride, which again, another simulator. So you're in this kind of roller coaster cabin, and then again, it's 3D, 4D screen that you're watching. Dude, it made Robin so sick. Dude,
oh, really?
The motion sickness got her bad
sick
on that.
I was
going
to ask about that. Well, how was it with her on the rides?
Pretty good, man.
Mostly all right.
She handled it pretty well. I think the most intense ride that we rode the whole time, whether it was Universal Studios or Magic Kingdom at Disney World, Space Mountain. That roller coaster is stupid sick.
Yeah.
So you go, it's like this space coaster. So you walk through like you're going to time travel in space. And again, pre and post production, super cool. So it gets you pumped up. And then when you get on it, it's a super intense roller coaster and it's all in the dark.
Right.
So you see
I remember seeing it when I was a kid.
That's the OG.
I rode it when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's the OG.
It's still the same thing.
I don't think it's really changed.
Okay.
And what I loved about it is, man, you felt like you're going to get your head chopped off,
Yeah,
limbs
you
chopped
did,
off
dude.
in there.
Right.
Super intense. Dude, I was screaming like a little girl in a candy store.
Right.
I was having the greatest time. And of course, I rode the back, so I was in the far back. And I feel like you just feel more when you're back, kind of like a plane. If you're in the back of a plane, you're going to feel more turbulence than you do in the middle or in the front, right?
But with the roller coaster, aren't you supposed to sit in the front though, I thought?
I think so, but that's usually because you can see the drops. In Space Mountain, you can't see shit. It is dark. And they've got multiple coasters rolling in there.
Yeah.
So you don't know if you're going to run into another one. Like, everything's black and dark.
Well, obviously, you're not going to run into another one, Dallas.
Well,
what do you mean you don't know?
But you feel like it, though.
You feel like
you
it,
feel
of
like
course.
it. And, you
don't know, man. You might die. Like, you don't even know
you
if
could
you're
die
just
at Orlando.
It's
You
about
know,
getting your limbs chopped off and shit.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But let me tell you the greatest part of our trip in terms of theme parks and stuff. So I had a good time at some of the theme parks, but you know me, man. I don't like to be by a bunch of sweaty people. I don't like to wait in lines. I don't like to smell a bunch of stink.
Right.
AKA stank. Okay.
Put some stank on it.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty impatient, and this is for the kids, dog. This isn't for us adults. The adults are there to support the kids, man, through this journey. And Robin and I don't have no kids, man. We can't live vicariously through our kids. We're trying to ride the rides. We feel weird there. It just doesn't feel right, man. It feels like I shouldn't be there. And if I am there, I should have some kids. So that was a little different, man.
I thought about that when you told me you guys were going.
Yeah.
That would cross my mind.
Yeah.
I thought, and especially, because you don't smoke weed.
Yeah.
Me, I wouldn't care. I'd have sunglasses on, rolling around stoned. I'd be having a great time. I'd be loving it.
Yeah.
I'd be, but the fact that you guys don't smoke weed and then you're there, like you said, I could see what you mean by feeling weird. Just two adults, no kids, a ton of kids around. You guys are just rolling around the theme park.
So which kid am I gonna kidnap now?
It was a little weird, that's for sure, man. But so we did Magic Kingdom. So we did Universal one day. We did Magic Kingdom the other day, which is actually Disney World, right?
Yep.
And then the next day, dude, we actually did Epcot. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Epcot. Epcot is cool because it has like this land and this science, and you can learn some stuff, and it's very interactive, and it does have a few rides, but it's more knowledgeable. You know, you're going to learn some stuff
Center,
at Epcot Center, which is really, really cool. But my favorite thing, dude, have you ever heard of the Epcot World Showcase?
No.
Let me put you guys on
I don't think
game.
that was there when I went. I've been one time and I was like 10.
Yeah,
I've
this is
gone to
I was
probably,
young.
Disneyland, so
or Disney World or Disneyland.
I've gone to Disneyland
Oh, have you?
only.
Ah, man, it's nothing like Disney World.
How old were you
Coast.
when you went?
I was actually 9th grade.
9th grade. Shit.
So that was only a few years ago.
Yeah, freshman year. Jeez.
Yeah.
A few years back.
Yeah, a few years back,
It's
Jack.
insane.
So let me tell you a little bit about the the Epcot World Showcase, dude. So what this does is it showcases the world, just like it says in the title. So it has Mexico, Italy, Japan, China, Germany, UK, Canada, France, Morocco. Now, that being said, you can walk through each one of these countries, right? So
Yep.
it's going to have the food from that country. It's going to have the specialized drink, the desserts from those countries. And they're going to have big restaurants, and then they're just going to have like little, shacks where you can just get some tasty treats from that certain country.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so cool, and it was done so well. For example, like when you go to Mexico, of course, you're going to get the chips and guac, and you're going to get the big margaritas, and you're going to get, all the different drinks that they offer, right? Canada, you're going to go get what they call the poutine, which is like fries and gravy, or fries and like this sauce and that kind of stuff. That's kind of what they're known for. And then you go to Italy, obviously, you're going to get some of the best pastries that you can ever imagine, same as France, right? And you're going to get all that food. I'll tell you what, man, the scenery was beautiful. It felt like you were in that country, man. They did it so well. I enjoyed it, man. The scenery was good. And I also found out, did a little research, that the people that work in these places are actually, most of them are foreign exchange students from that actual country. So they can speak that language. They you can hear the accents. Oh, man, it's done so well. So you just feel like you don't even have to go to a different country. I said, Robin, we're good. We don't have to travel for another year, at least 2 years. You've just saw so many countries. You've just been to Florida now. You've rode all the rides. We've spent a shitload of money.
And this is all coming from the dude who just told me before the cast that you want to trade in the mountains for the beach.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I need some water, man.
Are you being serious?
I spent a lot of time at the water.
Yeah,
Man.
you were a little bit this morning. You were a little salty, like you didn't even want to come back.
I didn't want to come back.
Why?
I don't know, man.
It's Florida, Dallas. You weren't down in you weren't in
Have you
Hawaii.
seen the
It's
news
Florida.
down there?
Yeah, I know for sure.
Florida.
I got some things to say about Florida and why I think people are weird here a little bit later. But I don't know, man. I just did kind of some soul searching, and I'll tell you, man, I'm kind of all over the place. I don't plan a lot. I don't prioritize as much as I should. We talked about this, goals, things like that. I just feel I don't feel pushed
stagnant?
here. I feel stagnant here. I feel like I'm not giving my best. I feel like I just can't find a way to give my best here. And I think that's because I'm locked to a 9 to 5, and I'm doing great things for another company, not for myself.
Right.
So I think that probably is where a lot of this came from. But
you think the point where we're doing the cast full time, then you won't want to move to Florida? You'll just be okay here?
I don't know. I think I'll be okay here, but I'd like some beaches around.
Wow.
I'm ready to trade the mountains in for
I
some
literally
water.
told him if he wants those beaches and water, he needs to start here and now. Once you do that, you put in the hard work so you could earn that shit.
Dang.
Man, life coach.
Look, he's trying to
life
he's
coach JJ. Man,
He's trying to put some game onto you.
I mean,
fool.
I leave for 6 days, and JJ's a new man. I saw him using an Apple iPhone.
yeah, got
Apple.
an iPhone now.
I got the 10S.
You got a better phone than I have, JJ. I've got the 10R. Man,
Oh, you do have a 10R. That's right. I forgot you got that. I always forget you got
Yeah.
that. It's
What
so
a-
weird to me.
what a fancy pants. It's probably because I got like 18 people on my account. So, everybody's got new phones, so I got to make sure to have, the lowest end phone.
Sorry about the popping. My iPad is tripping today. I don't know if it's the cord of the iPad. I got to figure that out. But anyway,
But
so wait. So why are you being joking around, or are you serious? Like, you want to move? Do you think that's just because of the job, or are you like, is it kind of one of those things where, I don't know, I feel like not everyone, but you go on vacation sometimes, or you go somewhere, or you And it just feels like fantasy land. It's like life's perfect, everything is great, and you get that while you're there because you're on vacation. Everyone feels like that. It's like The Bachelor. Like you go on this show and everything is set up and everything's perfect. That's how a vacation is. You got clean towels coming to you. No, you ain't doing laundry. You ain't smelling each other's bullshit. If you're fighting on vacation, if you go on vacation with someone and you guys are fighting, you guys shouldn't be together. Yeah, because it's supposed to be everything's perfect. It's supposed to be The Bachelor. As it gets. Right, exactly. Everything's that's why it's like how could you gauge you're gonna fall in love with this person on this show and then you're gonna be together forever and you're gonna things are just gonna be rainbows and Hallmark cards all the time? Like no, that's not how it's gonna be.
Yeah, when you get back home, then you see the shit stains on their underwear and then you're pissed.
Yeah, exactly. Great. So you know what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
So with what I'm trying to say, do you think it was a little bit of that? It was just because you're a prisoner of the moment a little bit. It felt like life was going a lot better there because it was more chill. Yeah. You weren't dealing with the cast. You weren't dealing with the bullshit. You weren't dealing with work.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think my headspace was better, you know. And as I look at it, man, so I've had digestion issues, plumbing issues here of lately that we've talked about. None there.
Oh, and you went and had your thing with the doctor before you left. Everything was good to go.
Yeah.
All that stuff's good.
Everything's good to go.
Everything's good. You hated the experience, but it was good. You had to get it done.
I think
you had to get checked out.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said about your mental health and your gut health. I think they kind of. I think they coincide. They coexist.
Definitely do.
And when one's off, the other one's off. And my mental health obviously was a lot better out there than it has been here. And that's just because the vacation, right? You're on vacation. You got to get away. You got some escapes. You're not so worried about everything that you are here and focused on either the right or wrong things here. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's part of it. But, no, I think for me, at some point in my life, I've always been a mountain guy. I've always been a snowboarder, and I love snowboarding, always will. But oceans are the only thing that I've never had in my life as a viable option for just new. And I think someday in my life, I would love to maybe trade in the mountains for the oceans. But the problem is leaving your friends, leaving your family, leaving your networks, leaving everything that you've built up, unless you have a job that you've built for yourself that you can do remotely or, whatever. But no, I think I was able to think on a different level there. And it wasn't just because of the oceans. It was because I didn't have the bullshit here. Right. I didn't have the bullshit 9 to 5 where I have to do things for other people and other companies. I was able to do it for me. I was able to think for me. And I think that's what I'll miss, and that's what I loved. That was kind of the diamond in the rough that I've kind of been missing here, if that makes sense. So, and of course, you're on vacation, so I didn't want to come back, because it was fun. But no, I'm ready to get back into business. I'm ready to invest into myself more than I ever have. I'm ready just to again, be my own boss, build my own brand, build my own image, and, do things for me. Not so much a corporation, which is great. They've been great. Working for corporations, man, there's been nothing more consistent than working for a corporation. Yep. You got your bennies. You got your consistent pay. You have, abilities to make more pay. But you're always doing it for somebody else outside of yourself, in terms of, where you're
always going to hit a ceiling at one point.
Yeah, for sure. So,
well, especially if it's something that you don't want to do. That was my issue when I was in the corporation. It was nothing to do with me working in a corporate environment or me struggling to do the daily job or whatever. It was me struggling mentally. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to continue to do this for someone else. I don't want to continue to put in all this work and all these hours. It was more on me. Yeah. It was not anything to do with the company. It was the fact that I did not want to take the next step. I had millions of opportunities to be promoted, and over and over and over and over, I put the ceiling on myself. I didn't want to be a district manager. I didn't want to move into the next phase of, there was an opportunity for marketing at one point, and that might have been cool, but I just couldn't see myself. And I felt like at some point I was robbing the company because I was not putting in my best effort. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I was just so burnt.
That's very grown up.
I was just super
because most people just, again, autopilot and just
continue to take and
eventually your boss or bosses will see that, right? Whether it's your attitude, whether it's your performance, whether it's your lackluster of just life. And eventually they'll kick you out.
But that's the thing about T-Mobile. T-Mobile was such a great supportive environment. Like everyone around me, all the leaders I had around me, all the bosses I had around me loved me. We loved each other. We had a great working relationship. And the work always got done. So it was never like, well, you're slipping and the shit ain't getting done. It may be just like, oh, well, you're a little unhappy, but the shit's still getting done. Like you're still cracking numbers. You know what I mean? You're still hitting performance goals. So It's tough, dude. It really is tough. I don't envy the position you're in. I had to make the choice at some point. I know you're going to get to that point where you're like, oh, man, I got to make this choice. I got to figure it out. Luckily, we have a little bit more of a landing pad here, and hopefully we can this show will continue to grow, and we'll continue to build this. And we've talked about getting the Patreon stuff and the merch and all the other things that we need to be able to do to support ourselves through this full time. And so that's what this year is all about.
Yeah.
It's working towards that.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean? By the end of this year, I think this is what we're trying to do full time. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
This is what everything's working towards.
This is what we want, and I think we have some good networks. I think we have some good plans in place. I think we have some good money options, whether it's affording us to do certain things, travel, whatever it is. I think we're in a good place, man. I think our content, we're consistent. I think our content is good, and it continues to get better. We take this shit serious, and we're passionate about it. I don't think you can lose.
Speaking of there's so many things I want to hit on this show. I guess before we leave the Florida conversation and the vacation, what were you talking about Florida people?
Florida people, my man. So,
before we, because I know I hear a lot of stories come out of Florida, and I feel like it makes Florida look really bad, but for some reason their criminal justice system, whatever the records are, whatever, it's all public.
Yeah.
So they do not keep anything under wraps. Everything is out in the open.
Yeah.
Everything is news. All the headlines are news. So if you want to find just top-notch quality fuckery, look up the news from Florida. I'm serious, because everything is public.
Remember, Google Florida, man, and then I think it was your year of birth or date of birth. I think that was a trending thing like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And the amount of shit that comes up is awful.
Yep.
But here's what I think. So we rented a Jeep, right? Because we actually drove to St. Augustine, which is on the coast there. We went to an amphitheater and saw a couple of our favorite bands, Less Than Jake and Mest.
I'm a bit more of a fan of More Than Jake, but
okay, not Less Than Jake though. Oh, that's their distinct cousin.
Right,
it's
right.
fine. Okay,
kind of a more than Jake fan.
But this concert, dude, was so sick. I'll get back to the people, but dude, this concert was sick. It was like, so they have this big amphitheater, but then they have this like stage B, and that's what they played on. So these two bigger bands, of course, from the 90s, played on this small, tiny stage, dude, and they had one food truck, and like they had the merch booths, like 2 or 3 merch booths, and 2 like alcohol booths. That was it. It was like watching a band play in your backyard.
Oh, wow.
It was so sick. Dude.
How many people in there?
Probably 200 or less.
Less than Jake?
Probably 200 less than Jake.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Cool.
So dude, that was super, super cool, man. And then, of course, I got to see the ocean, the next day. And, oh, my God. But anyways, Florida people, why are they so weird? I think public record is, I think you hit it spot on. But we rented a car. So we drove from Orlando to Orlando to St. Augustine in a Jeep. And then back, obviously, the next day. And when I was driving this Jeep, man, we were listening to local radio. And what I found out was, dude, all the radio stations that I kept switching to until I found a sweet alternative station, which was super sick, out of Orlando, they kept advertising to have people participate in all these different trials, like medication trials, clinical trials, try this trial, do this trial. I swear
we'll pay you a certain amount of money for
dude,
these trials,
I have
right?
never heard anything like. After every other song, there was a commercial about a trial and to try this and to go on this. And we want to see what it does. And we want to see, and we want to pay you and we want to compensate you well for this. Maybe that's what it is.
Let's see how bad this messes you up.
Yeah. Maybe people are so jacked up on all of these advertising participation in these different trials. No wonder why people are so screwed up, man. This is where it's all happening. Everything that we learn from Floridians is then sent to the regular U.S. I think that's what's happening. I think that's why Florida's so fucked up.
They're taking all these medications on these trials.
Oh, yeah.
It's messing them up.
Totally.
And then we're getting the same medications dished out to other states. Once the government realizes, hey, all right, it's working. It's messing these people up. Let's go mess up other people. This is what you're thinking.
Or they fix it. Or they say, oh, man, look at how many Floridians we just screwed up, man. This trial was unsuccessful. We need to go back to the drawing board. We need to redo this medication before we legally...
But then those people are just messed up.
Those people are just jacked up. Those Floridians just keep being jacked up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But then they don't.
But then they can't go back to the drawing board, no messed, which, again, you don't get that because it's a mess song. It's super sick. But then I think... based off
Take the L on the way out.
off of how the Florida people do, then they know when they're going to implement it for the rest of the U.S. based off how Floridans do. Yeah, that's what I think.
That's what you're.
That's my take. That's my hot take.
Makes sense.
So that's what I found out.
Speaking of trials, did you hear about I wasn't even thinking about talking about this today, but did you hear about the NASA put out a trial that if you stay in bed for 60 days, you make $19,600. They will pay you $19,600 for 2 months worth of work, 60 days, but they're doing a study, some kind of study, and you have to stay in bed for 60 days straight.
Couldn't do it.
Would you guys be down?
No.
$19,600.
I would go insane.
Yeah.
I would
think
love the
anyone
money,
would.
but I would go insane.
I would have super bed sores.
That's exactly what I was just going to say.
Gross.
Can you imagine the
Stiff.
when I'm sick, I lay in bed for a couple days straight, and I get up and I'm like, I feel like
I hate myself.
I haven't walked. My
Yeah.
body's all like, your body just need. I don't know that the toll that would take on you mentally and physically. I don't know if it'd be worth.
No,
you'd be so.
You would gain so much weight. Oh my god!
And there would be so much muscle loss.
Yeah.
Like it would be hard to, because all you're doing. I don't know what the details are if you're getting out of bed to pee or any of that shit. But
sure.
Would you stay in bed for who would do that?
No.
Who would stay in bed for $19,600 for 2 months?
I bet you could find some people in Florida.
I bet you could find some 12-years listening to the show. They'd be like, yeah, I'll do it. They don't understand.
Well, I think you probably have to be 18 or older. But,
Right.
But,
That's what I'm saying.
But still, there's
Isn't that
no
wild?
way, dude. My joints and everything, even at my age, I mean, I feel stuff way more. Maybe if I was JJ's age, I'd do it.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
But your body afterwards,
Yeah, it would be awful.
Oh, you'd be destroyed.
That would be so
You may never
awful.
be the same. 60 days?
Yeah, your joints, oh my gosh, will just turn to rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out on that one.
Flubber.
I just figured I'd see what you guys thought.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
But the Florida news, Florida headlines, all the shit's public, so it makes them look even crazier than they are.
Yeah.
This shit could all be going on in other states too. It's just not all public record. Like they put everything out there for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
kind
wild.
of funny you bring that up because I actually have a news story that's sort of kind of that Florida-based.
Oh, really?
Fuckery.
It's kind of on the line.
Yeah.
No Florida Georgia line, but just on the line. Cool, nice man. Okay, so maybe we'll get to that later in underrated news. You were talking about moving down there, moving to Florida. So I'll use that to transition.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I would absolutely hate about living on the West Coast, on the East Coast, is the time. This game tipped off last night. The national championship game tipped off at 9:20 p.m.
Eastern
All
time.
my people out there in Pennsylvania that listen to this show, are
Oh
you guys
my
just
gosh.
dead all the time? Like sports would be, you guys have to be just zombied out the night after major sporting events. I mean, the Super Bowl here ends around between 8 and 9 o'clock. So it's in between 10 and 11 o'clock, the Super Bowl over there. You know what I mean? Imagine, check out Wrestlemania Sunday night. It's at MetLife Stadium in New York. I look down at the clock and it's just after 10 p.m. as the main event is about to start. The wrestlers are coming out for the main event and it's 10 p.m. our time. It's midnight. The main event for Wrestlemania did not start until after midnight on the East Coast.
That's so crazy.
That would kill me, bro.
I know. Look at us.
That would kill me.
Look at us trying to plan the podcast on, this past Thursday. We're trying to get it worked out.
Yep.
But like for us to be able to go to a theme park and not waste our whole day with that 2-hour difference, I'm like, dog, can we start it at 8 o'clock our time? That's 6 o'clock your time here, you know, which is so crazy. It's just like, it's hard to fathom. That first night, I think, I can't remember what the late game, I think it was the Trailblazers. They were playing that Wednesday night that we got there. Damn, and they were on the West Coast, right, in Portland.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think the game tipped off till 10 or 10:30.
Right.
It's so weird, dude. Like those Golden State games, maybe even some of the Nuggets games. Like, man, they would go super late on that side.
Well, those primetime Nuggets games that when they'll play here in Denver and they won't tip off, they're supposed to be 8:30, and sometimes they don't end up tipping off until like 8:45,
Right.
8:55 because of the doubleheader, kind of
Yeah.
TNT
Oh,
doubleheader
totally,
shit.
yeah.
So then, dude, think about that. That's tipping off at 10:30, 10:45 on the
That's
East
crazy.
Coast. Like, how do you watch those games? No wonder no one knows what's going on in the Pac-12, like on the East Coast. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because no one's staying up to watch Oregon and Cal
They
and
can't.
Arizona State and Stanford. Like, yeah, on the East Coast, you're not watching those games.
couldn't-
You don't know Christian McCaffrey until he gets to the league. You didn't see him play at Stanford.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just very, very interesting. And I've never really thought of sports from that perspective or living from that perspective. But that would be my number one reason to avoid living on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We have it so good here in Denver, dude.
Yeah.
That game tipped off at 7:20 last night.
It was perfect.
Prime time. Most of your shows, if you're a fan of The Voice or any of these, they all 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like we got Mountain Time Zone is fire.
Yeah.
We're not too early. Like the West Coast, you'd be in a risk of like 6:20 is a pretty early tip off.
Yeah.
And that's why they had to do it at 9:20 on the East Coast. Because if they do it at 8:20 on the East Coast, we're getting 6:20, and now you're at 5:20 on the West Coast. None of those people are home.
Dude, you're still
That LA traffic,
driving through LA traffic.
you have to leave work at 3 o'clock to get the tip off.
No way.
So it's very, very.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing about moving out of Colorado for me is I love the time zone we're in, dude. I love I love how it's dark until 9 o'clock at night right now. You know, it doesn't start getting dark until 8:45 or between 8:30 and 9 every night. We got that long summer.
Best time to golf right now.
Right.
Oh, best
exactly.
time. Yeah.
Dude, it's just so hard to jump away from the Colorado time
Yeah.
time zone. That's the biggest thing for me. It's
For
not
sure.
the weather, it's not anything else. It's the time.
Dude,
So that's the only thing that's keeping you
Not
here.
the only thing,
Yeah.
but that's the biggest thing.
Okay.
I
That's a-
think.
it's a
That would
big
be at
thing.
the top of my my pros list for Colorado and reasons to
For
stay
sure.
here.
for somebody that has no time, aka you,
Yeah.
that makes total sense.
Yes.
Yeah,
totally.
actually, yeah. Speaking
So
of.
check this out, man. So we were also not to get back to the trip, but just to kind of cap it off here. So we were able to go see a Magic game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw
Dude,
it on the story.
And it was the game. It was the game after the one that we saw was the one that actually locked them in, where they clinched a playoff berth.
Okay.
So, dude, this is a long time coming for Orlando, man. When was the last time they've been in the playoffs? Probably since McGrady. Maybe.
Dude,
I'm trying to think like Jameer Nelson and Dwight Howard days. I'm trying to think.
were they in it with Dwight Howard back in the day before he?
I would think so.
I
yeah.
think so,
With Stan
too.
Van Gundy.
I think so.
Easy.
Wait.
So
I think it was those days.
So it had to been those days. And remember when Jameer, he came to the Nuggets for what was
Yeah,
it, a year
yeah,
or two,
yep.
maybe? Yeah. So my boy Mueller, dude, one of the biggest.
Oh yeah, did he go down?
He met us down there. So one of the biggest Magic fans that you ever meet, because this guy's from Tampa, right? He had never seen a game at Amway Center. So it was cool, man, to share that with him, man. So
Nice.
we got to bro out, drink some Bud Lights, man. We had our Orlando Magic Boomers, dog, that we were just creating ruckuses. We didn't, luckily we didn't get on the kiss cam because I had Robin right next to me. We were trying to make the kiss cam, but those fools would have put it on Jared and I, man, because Florida's weird, dog. But the Magic actually blew out. Not the Falcons. I always say the Falcons, but the Hawks that night. So I got to see Trae Young play. He sucked it up, man, that night. That guy is definitely in the talks of Rookie of the Year. Him and Luka, right?
He's hot. He's hot or cold. Some nights he'll
Dude.
go out. I was either, I don't know if it was the night after the Magic game or it was the night before.
Yeah.
It was somewhere around that game. He just had like a crazy ass game.
Yeah.
Like super. He just went off.
And 2 games before that, he had the
Right.
winning shots.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
At the beginning of the year, I heard his stats were terrible. Then right after the All-Star game, he really started stepping up his game.
I think there's some validity to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had a rough start, at the beginning of the season, but he's a ball hog, dude. And I think that's why Luka is probably the main candidate who's probably going to take Rookie of the Year, I think, in this case.
Him
All
and
right.
Dirk.
Here you go, Magic. Last time they made the playoffs was 2011-2012 season.
Okay.
The 11-12 season, and they almost got swept by the Pacers. They won the first game and then lost 4 straight.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
they were out in 5 there, and that was a roster that consisted of Dwight Howard,
Yeah.
Jameer Nelson, J.J. Redick was on the team.
Yep.
Ryan Anderson, I don't know if you remember him. Glenn Big Baby Davis was on the team.
Before he went to the Celtics, yeah.
Yeah. Larry Hughes.
Look at all those fools
I
not in
know,
the league
dude.
anymore, dude.
So crazy. Jason Richardson.
Yeah.
So crazy, dude. To
Don't
look
know a
at.
single
But yeah,
name.
that's where you're looking at. It's the last time the Magic.
So yeah, shout outs to the Magic, man. I'm happy for them. I think they're right behind the Clippers. I think in seeds at this moment. I don't think the Heat are gonna make it. Is what it looks like.
Nah,
And by the way, D Wade, his last home game, I believe, is tonight.
I know, dude.
Last home
He's
game.
retired.
I just saw an alert for
his career.
a tribute. They're like, "Oh, Dwayne Wade tribute that'll make you cry," but I closed it out.
Yeah, I'll
I
pass
feel
on
like
that.
crying right now.
I like Dwayne Wade, but not like that.
I like Dwayne Wade
So
too, but
who's
who wants to
older,
cry?
Wade or LeBron?
Wade for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
Oh yeah, sorry,
I was
I
about
was
to say,
drinking.
like-
Wade's probably late 30s. He's
Yeah.
probably in
Oh,
38,
okay.
39.
Because I was about to say, LeBron's getting up there too. He's not retiring yet.
Let me see Dwayne Wade. I think we got to know. 37.
Oh.
He's born he just turned 37 this year, January 17th.
And isn't
82.
Dirk literally the oldest dude in the league currently?
I think so. Dirk's old.
Vince Sanity's getting
Oh,
up there.
no, dude, you're right. I think
Dude,
Vince.
Vince Carter is talking about maybe playing his 22nd season.
He's
next
42.
year.
Vince
Yeah.
Vince
Holy-
Vince is 42. Dirk's 40.
So I got to see Vince for the first time ever.
Really?
He plays for the Hawks, so he didn't play very much. He comes off the bench, obviously. I think he had 16 points, 19 points. Quiet points, but yeah, he's actually talking to people right now about possibly coming back for his 22nd season next season. That's crazy.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's a long time in the league, dude.
Dude, he's the oldest player, Vince Carter.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Atlanta Hawks, 42 years old.
Dirk would follow him, I would bet. But
Yeah, he's 40.
Nuts. Yeah.
42.
That's crazy.
Anyways, and then outside of that, dude, I did get to play. I got to play 18 holes, man. It was a Jack Nicklaus signature design course. It was called the New Course at Villas of Grand Cypress, dude. So that was super cool, man. Got my ass sunburnt so bad.
You played the whole 18?
I played the whole 18
and just got toasted.
Yeah, dude. The first 9, I played by myself, just because I don't know. It was one of those days. It was like Thursday or Friday. I can't remember what day I went, but middle of the week, like I got kind of a 12 o'clock tee time, which normally is roasting time.
Yeah.
But we had super nice cloud cover for like 2 days straight, so it was great to go during that. But I did get sunburned pretty bad. But the second 9, I got to join these old dudes. Oh, man. They were betting on every hole, closest to the pin, scratch this, scratch that. I threw some money. I made $30 off those guys, which was cool.
Yeah.
But man, they were really
How much
impressed
did
with my
you lose,
drives.
though?
None. Yeah, I didn't lose.
You
any,
didn't take
man.
your clubs, right? You played with house
No,
clubs?
I played with house clubs. They had the Ping G series, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
I think they were last year's model or the year before. Pretty nice clubs, but again, they're not
Any of the ones you rent at a top spot are going to be
nice,
good quality.
but they're not fit right. They don't
The
have,
fitting is tough.
the shafts aren't going to be the right length, the right size. You can get into all the specs and stuff, but they worked.
Right.
And dude, I was knocking that driver like nobody's business.
What was it? Do you remember?
I was probably here in Colorado, because you get that extra carry because of our elevation here.
Altitude, yeah.
So I lost a little bit of that, but I was still knocking them 240, 250, 260.
You know what kind of driver you were using?
Yeah, it was the Ping G.
Oh, okay. Went with the same set?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, just belong with the same
Nice.
set, same iron.
That's
so,
cool.
yeah, man, had a great time with that. But over and all, the things I learned, go drink at the World Showcase.
Okay.
I think that is a must, dude. Epcot is so beautiful, and that scenery, the drinking, the eating, the culture within that, which is super weird to say that because it does feel like you're in a foreign land. I think that's a must. I did not check out any shoes. None, dude.
That sounds like me in Vegas, dude. I literally went to pick up my clays in Vegas as the only shoe shit I did at all. Like,
and shout outs to the Monday midsole, dog. He shouted me out and gave me some warnings. He's like, dude, don't go anywhere there. It's a waste of time. He's like, if you're going to go anywhere, go to the trophy room or go to the 8 outlets. Dude, it's outlet central there.
Really?
Oh, my God. It's so many outlets, dude.
2 issues. You had, when you win, you were going during a bachelor party and March Madness.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend schedules everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If you guys didn't have those 2 situations, y'all would have been buying shoes left and
Yeah,
right.
we would have been definitely more shoes.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But it was also nice to kind of get away from that, I guess, for a little bit, because that
Really?
Well, I mean, just a break. That's all.
I feel like you would want to go harder there because we don't have those stores.
They don't really have a lot of stores in Orlando. You look at like Tampa, where they have the Kicks Are For Us, that Fomer Simpson frequents. Obviously, they help him out a lot. But in terms of consignment stores, vintage stores, clothing stores like that, they didn't have much.
Compared to Denver, everyone has more than us.
I would disagree. They have the trophy store, and they have a shitload of outlets, dude, at Orlando specifically.
Really?
So they didn't have that much. I'm going to tell you that. Yeah, I was kind
Dang.
of shocked. I mean, they still have the Foot Lockers and the shit that we have here, but they don't have as much as somebody would think. But Tampa, Miami, where you have the Kith and you have the consignment stores, you have a lot of vintage stores down there.
Go to Miami, man.
Well, that would have been another 3 hours, JJ. We only have so much time, my friend. But
Not good.
Not good. But over and all, go to the World Showcase. I think that's dope. If you're an older individual, Universal Studios is dope. I think I would probably spend more time there than at Magic Kingdom. Outside of Universal Studios, they have a shitload of awesome restaurants. And because they're outside the park, so you can get in there without a parks pass, they're cheaper. So you're going to get great food, great prices. We went to this it was kind of like a Willy Wonka / I think they call it steampunk design. Dude, I had the fettuccine Alfredo, had a badass salad. Robin had a big old course, and then we had like this Reese's peanut butter cup dessert kind of thing. Dude, the whole thing cost us, and this was outside of Universal Studios, and it was so good, dude. We took it back home, and we were eating in bed at the hotel room, dog. It was so
nice.
good. But I think all of that, it was like $70. You know?
Geez.
So like
Not
we
bad.
ate pretty well that night, but don't eat inside of Magic Kingdom, man. You're gonna have subpar food, and you're gonna spend
Disneyland's
120,
food
120,
sucks so
140
much.
bucks
Yeah.
for 2 people.
Gotcha.
It's ridiculous. So, but yeah, get some golf. Florida is golf mecca. A lot of golfers actually own property out there.
Yep.
Great golfing up there. St. Augustine, super dope. It's one of the oldest settled cities in the U.S., which is super cool. So a lot of history there. The beaches, the Atlantic, super dope there. Great trip all in all. Robin did a great job. Shouts to Robin. She got her amenities hooked up.
Shout outs to Robin.
She overpacked, overjammed, overstimulated us. But it was great.
Don't worry, Robin. I overpacked too for Vegas.
Yeah.
Where did you watch the games at? Where did you watch the tournament games? The Saturday.
Yeah.
Final Four.
We watched them at Jared and I. So Robin didn't want to watch them with us because we had did Magic Kingdom and Epcot all in that same day. So we were drunk, buzzed, hot. All that stuff, just tired. So there was an ale house just across the street from our resort, and it called Miller's Ale House, and that's where Jared and I went and had some zingers, which were like chicken fingers, but their own version of chicken fingers.
Any good?
No. Jared loved them, but you could literally see the grease coming off of them from the cheese that they melted. And I was just grossed out.
Gotcha.
I've been eating pretty well, dude.
Dude, I know. I'm the same way.
I've been eating super well, and that type of shit, dude, when I, not even that it would have messed me up necessarily, but it just kind of grossed me out to look at it, dog.
No,
when
dude,
I was cutting it, and
Yep.
That's like,
I did the
ugh.
same shit. So me and my lady had Postmates delivered. We just had IHOP delivered on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Just chilling, trying to relax, not trying to do no shit. Wanted breakfast. We get Postmates delivered, IHOP. I get my hash browns with cheese on them. It comes in delivered. Dog, I same thing. I ate the pancakes and my eggs and bacon.
Mm-hmm.
I could not get myself to eat the hash browns, dude.
Really?
Cheese covered. I just couldn't. Same thing. It just was this melted cheese leaking off the hash browns. They were greasy. I was just like, I don't need that right now.
Yeah.
What I mean, to quote Chris Tucker in Rush Hour, how are you going to sell somebody a big box of grease?
Yeah.
Remember when he's telling Jackie Chan?
Yeah, that's
it's
fair.
Camo's hump.
It's Camel's hope.
Camo's hump. He's like, I don't care what it is. What do you think it is?
Yeah.
How you gonna sell somebody a big box of grease?
God, that's what it was.
Anyways, that's how I was doing.
I think we're getting too old, man. Or we're getting smart.
Yes.
Smarter in our older age.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you talking? Too
That
old.
wisdom is
Yeah.
Early 30s. Relax. I'm early 30s. Relax.
Yeah. I'm on the latter 30s.
Yeah, you're on the other side.
I'm on that 36.
Yeah, you're on the other side.
I'm
Thanks
on
a
the-
lot.
I'm just
Next
getting
semester
shit
I'll be
started.
35.
I'm on the downward spiral. No 9 Inch Nails for sure.
Okay, so you watched the games. You saw your team take that L on the way out.
Take that L on the way out.
And then I saw
That's
my
it.
team go ahead and take that L on the way out.
Take that L on the
Yep.
way out.
Actually, I think my team took the L first, and then Michigan State lost second.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to it. KU took the L first.
Oh,
Round
way
32.
back. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, way back before I even
So-
went to Vegas.
Yeah.
But anyway, the Auburn game.
Yeah.
Auburn should have won that game.
Hands
That was
down.
bullshit at the end.
Yep.
It was such bullshit. Yes, it was a foul in the corner, but the double dribble should have been called. If the double dribble's called with Jerome coming up the court,
Yeah.
the game's over there.
It's over there.
You know what I mean? If Homeboy, there's so many ifs. If Homeboy knocks down 2 instead of 1 of 2 at the line,
Yeah.
if they call the double dribble, then if he doesn't foul in the corner, all these ifs, dude, it took so much for Virginia to win. It felt like the Purdue game to me.
Yep.
And that's why I did not want Virginia to win this tournament, because I thought they squeaked by with so much bullshit. Not necessarily bullshit that was there doing or anything, but they just needed so much help in this
Did they
tournament.
really win at the end of the day?
That's what it feels like to me. I'm like, man, now last night they did. They beat Texas Tech. They beat them handily at the end.
Yeah.
They had the perseverance. Texas Tech had 2 different runs where Virginia pulled away and were double-digit leads, and they closed the gap and brought it back and tied it up by hitting 3s. But overall, I just don't think Virginia deserved – no, I don't want to say they don't deserve. I think there was multiple times that they should have lost in this tournament.
Yeah.
And deep down, I would have loved to see Texas Tech win.
Yeah.
Not to because I think Tony Bennett's a great coach. I have a ton of respect for Tony Bennett, but I think Texas Tech deserved it a little bit more. I thought they played more consistent throughout the tournament. I thought they played better throughout the tournament. I thought they played better through injury. It's something I wanted to see. Now, with all that being said, I'm glad that Virginia won, so I don't have to pay JJ any money.
Yeah.
So 3 of us here, 3 out of 4. There's 4 teams left. We pick 3 of them, and of course, none of us can pick the winner correctly. It's
Right.
insane.
Yeah.
It's just that's how sports goes. So all of us are idiots. Dallas has Michigan State. JJ has Texas Tech. I have who the hell did I have? Auburn. They get killed.
Yeah.
All of them dead.
Yeah.
Virginia. Meet Virginia. The last one standing here at the end.
Why couldn't have Duke been able to shoot threes? Like, if they were,
Because they're
it
not a
would've been
3-point shooting
they're
team.
not.
I know. It would have been a totally different
And
story,
honestly,
though.
in that Duke game, they looked so uninterested. They
Yeah.
looked so uninspired.
They've looked like they moved on.
Yep, I did not see
what?
it.
I don't know.
She doesn't know
I'm guessing they're
Meet
just ready
Virginia.
for the NBA.
Hey, what about Virginia redeeming themselves? Would you call that's obviously the biggest arguable redemption?
There is no arguable. It is the big. It's
the biggest redemption
it's
of all time.
It's worst to first. It's the
Yeah.
best you could do. I mean,
That's-
you can't do.
Dog,
The only
they
way you could
almost
do better.
lost in the first round. Like, what the hell?
But they still made it, dog.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. None of
Yeah.
that matters. Do you think there's people
Yeah.
are saying, oh, they almost got
I
beat by
know,
Gardner
I know.
Webb? No,
Yeah.
But
they're saying the national champions,
Yeah.
the Virginia Cavaliers, #1 seed.
What about all the pre-mature celebration from Auburn?
I know.
Damn.
I
Even
know.
Charles Barkley, the man.
I know.
They even showed him. That was
Well,
sucked,
dude, and that's the thing. Like, guy in the corner had his hands in his
Yeah.
jersey. He thought they lost. Everyone thought they lost, and then they called the foul. But I'm not even mad about the foul. It was a foul. It was the correct call. I'm more mad about the missed call on the double dribble. That just kills me.
Yeah.
Like, how did they miss that? You know, the guy clearly dribbled it off his foot coming up the court. And I think, what confused the referee was the fact that he dribbled it off his foot coming up the court, and then the guy fouled him so quickly. It was almost like by fouling him, Auburn bailed him out. Because the ref called the foul and not the double dribble.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like the ref, and I hate when this happens. I hate when referees ref off of anticipation, not what is happening. You see that time and time again. We saw it multiple times in the tournament both ways. We saw some refs reffing on anticipation where a guy went for a foul. He didn't even really foul him, and they called a foul. Or just right here, instead of reffing the double dribble on what actually happened, he reffed off anticipation because he knew that the foul was coming.
Right.
So he was just ready to blow the whistle on the foul. He didn't blow the whistle on the double dribble, which is
all
bullshit.
that's all he was looking for.
Right.
But what about Ohio State's first game?
Then you see it on the other end where
Yeah.
they don't ref off anticipation.
Yep.
And there should be a foul called there, and they're over reffing it. They're like, oh well, he didn't really touch him. He didn't
Yeah.
really get him. You got to get him. Time's running off. Time's still running out. Oh no, it's over with. Oh man, it's on the end. You know what I mean? Like, take that L on the way out. It's the end.
Totally.
But it's annoying. It's frustrating as hell on either side.
Yeah, I agree.
Just get it right. So anyway, we watched the tournament. I watched all that. Very disappointed Auburn went down. They didn't play the greatest in that game. I mean, let's be real. I'm not like, oh, they deserve to win, but I thought they did have it in the bag. But Virginia needed so much to happen. You go back to the Purdue game in double overtime. You needed not only double overtime to get this done, you needed Carson Edwards to melt down at the end of the game and throw the ball out of bounds. If he just completes that pass right there, if they get the ball inbound, they complete the pass, they have a shot at a game. They have a chance at a game-winning shot there. He turns it over at the end of the game. There was just so many little situations. I don't want to sound like I'm discrediting Virginia, but who I do want to give credit to. Shout out to the homie Jeff Kirby, man. Got to give him some shots. Got to give him some hand claps. Jeff Kirby takes down the most underrated bracket challenge, the inaugural most underrated bracket challenge.
Yeah.
He wins it with 123 points. He actually bested the top 3. It was 123. Second place had 122, and then third place had 120. So kind of super close.
That was really close.
Really
yeah.
close.
No doubt.
But it doesn't matter. Second place, you're the same as me.
Yeah. Well,
We're both not taking home any money.
Totally. Here's what I'd say to you, Jeff Kirby. I plan on having you paid by the end of the day today. I will tell you, I only have $320 in the Venmo account. So that means 2 people haven't paid. I'm not trying to short you, but I'm going to do a little audit on who didn't pay, and I'm gonna try to figure this out. But I do plan on paying you.
How many people didn't pay?
2 is what I'm finding.
That's it. That's pretty good.
But I'm gonna do an audit, so I have 320. I should have 340, right? Because there's 34 people in our bracket. So I'm gonna try to track down that other $20 just to see where I can identify where that is. But you'll have the 320 or 340 today by end of the day. I just want to do a quick audit and see who didn't play.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Who didn't play to pay?
So Jeff
Play
Kirby
to play.
takes that down.
Yeah,
Congratulations,
good job,
my man. Took down the bracket challenge there. First place, winner take all. Just like WrestleMania on Sunday night. I'll kind of recap that briefly for all the wrestling fans. I know there was a lot of people looking forward to Mania. A lot of people asking if I was watching Mania.
I was going to watch it with you until this trip came up.
Right. And here's what I'll say about Mania, man. It's such a marathon.
Yeah.
It is just such a long show. It continues to be a long show. I mean, I think this thing went 7.5 hours.
Is it too long? Because that's what I was hearing on Twitter.
Yeah.
They made it too long.
Well, it's hard because it's the showcase of the immortals. It's the Super Bowl of wrestling. Mm-hmm. You're trying to get all the important wrestlers, the people that are on TV every week, you're trying to get them in. You're trying to fit everyone in the card. So in that case, it ends up being you have a lot of people crammed into the pre-show that are not even on the main card. Then you have these battle royals, these huge 20-person battle royals in the ring just to try to get, a bunch of people shine.
Yeah.
Then you have the actual main card, and you go down the list, and all the matches were pretty good, and I felt like they needed to kind of happen. But where I feel bad is the fact that you bring out the Hall of Fame ceremony, you honor them throughout the thing, and there's just a lot of fluff and a lot of, let's recap how this feud happened. So they show a whole highlight package of, 4 or 5 minutes of all the shit that led up to it from the past months, Monday Night Raws, and how this feud kind of happened and what's the build-up to the show, right? Wrestling is all about telling a story. It's storytelling. It's a show, dude. It's an actual show. This has storylines. These are actors. These are supposedly they're not. I don't know. I think some people do a better job of acting than others. That's why you have The Rock and you have John Cena, and then you have the people that fizzle out. They're just not that good. You know what I mean? Like you've got to be an actor to some point. So you have these people, and you want to try to get them all shine, but at the end of the day, I feel bad for the main event. For the first time ever, it was a women's main event at WrestleMania, and they go on at midnight, dude. Can you imagine waiting all this time and all throughout the day and doing all the media appearances all week and doing this big build-up, and then you have to wait until basically Monday morning to go on? You go on at midnight?
Yeah.
It just, I don't know.
Seems a little unfair. Seems a little...
Well, especially because you're the main event. Everyone's waiting for you there.
Right.
I thought they did a great job of how they opened the show. It was really, really cool when they first opened the cart, like the whole thing. Alexa Bliss came out because she was host of the show. She's one of the wrestlers. She started kind of doing her thing. She brought out Hulk Hogan. He talked and did a thing. And then Paul Heyman interrupts him. And Paul Heyman is Brock Lesnar's mouthpiece. He's the guy he's the advocate for Brock Lesnar. He does all the talking because Brock Lesnar's not great on the mic.
Sure.
He's not a good promo guy, but he's a beast. He's an elite level athlete. Everyone will pay to see Brock Lesnar do what he does, and that's just throw people around and wreck shit. So Paul Heyman comes out, says, hey, if we're not going to be the main event, Brock doesn't have time to be waiting around. Let's get this ass kicking over with right now. Bring out Seth Rollins. Let's get it going. They start out the night with the Universal Championship match, which is insane. I've never seen that happen at a WrestleMania. I loved that right off the bat. They get you going. Seth Rollins shocks the world, beats Brock Lesnar, wins the Universal title, and they're off and rolling. The show's great. I thought it was a good show. It's just long. Just a marathon show. There's nothing you can do. I hated the fact that Kurt Angle faced Baron Corbin as his retirement opponent. That was his last match, a retirement match. Sure. I thought that was terrible. A lot of people wanted to see him fight John Cena. John Cena actually came out with the old school Thugonomics.
I saw that, yeah.
John Cena stuff. Gave Elias a quick little ass whooping. That was cool. But I would rather see John Cena fight Kurt Angle in his retirement match. Right. More like a Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair or something like that. You want to see two veterans. You want to see two guys that have been in the biz and have a great respect for each other. Do it one last time. That's what you want to see. Even Undertaker. I would have loved to see Undertaker retire Kurt Angle. And what's crazy about this year, this is the first year in I don't know how many decades that we did not get an appearance from the Undertaker. Yeah. Not even an appearance, dude. Huh. Not a come out, not anything.
Nothing.
So it's really crazy, and he is not officially retired.
Do you know why that is?
No clue.
Do you have any ideas?
No clue. I didn't read in any of the dirt sheets or anything either. So I didn't see anyone else's perspective, but I don't have any idea.
That was
crazy.
How was Kurt Angle's speech? I heard he gave a pretty good moving speech. Was it?
Yeah. It was good. I mean, he's been wrestling every single Monday night on Raw and like Tuesday on SmackDown leading up to this. So he's had a bunch of matches leading up to his final match, kind of like a little farewell tour.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I thought it was cool. I mean, I don't even know. You know what? To be dead honest with you, I don't even remember the speech. I don't remember exactly what he said, or I'm trying to think. I remember him talking, but it was what it was. But overall, I thought the card was cool. I just thought, yeah, WrestleMania is long, dude.
Totally.
It's a marathon. And I'm even thinking about that like next time or next year, like having company over. Like, could you have company over the whole time? I paused this shit multiple times. I'm fast forwarding through certain shit. I'm falling down asleep. I'm running to the store. Like, this is an all day thing, dog. Like, it starts at 3 p.m. and this shit goes till after 11 o'clock my time. Well over after midnight if you're on the East Coast. You know what I mean? Over after 1 o'clock probably. So just one of those things, dude. Kind of one of those situations. But overall, it was cool. Enjoyed the show. Had a good weekend. And that's kind of, where I'll leave that. But to wrap up the March Madness, did you bet on any games? Did you have any other bets going on? Any other friends? Anything like that?
No, not really. I just had another tournament go on with Mike, our boy Pena. So I paid him my 20 because I obviously didn't take first in that either. But outside of that, no, man, I stayed away from the bet situations on. Just enjoy the vacay.
Let me read you this. Let me read you some of this story. I talked to JJ about this yesterday. This is so crazy, dude.
Okay. And this deals with March Madness?
This deals with March Madness. There's a gentleman. Are you ready for this?
Wait, I think I know what this is.
The $1,500 ticket?
Yep.
You heard about this.
That's $300,000? Yeah, go ahead.
Did you read about it?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, so for the folks that don't know about this story, on a November afternoon this past winter, a man in his early 30s walks into the Superbook Westgate in Las Vegas and wants to place bets on 2 college basketball teams to win the 2019 title. One wager's on Wisconsin at 100-1 odds. The other was on Texas Tech, who had opened at 40-1 back in April, but the odds have plummeted to 200-1 as of last November. The bettor, who didn't wish to be identified for the story, wanted more than $1,500 on Texas Tech, but the Superbook director, John Murray, declined. I quote, "He's a well-known player who takes a lot of futures positions with us," Murray said. He asked for more than $1,500, to which we said, "No, I think to win $300K is pretty good." So his $1,500 ticket would win him $300,000 if Texas Tech was able to complete this. The bettor settled for that $1,500 ticket, 200-1, $300,000. Almost 4 months later, the ticket was one game away from cashing. And despite an offer from Des Bryant for $125,000 and another offer for $125,000 on PropSwap. I guess PropSwap's like a secondary marketplace where you can swap out futures tickets.
Wow.
So like if you, for example, your Super Bowl future from the Atlanta Falcons a few years ago against the Patriots, you had that future at the beginning of the year, $50. It was to win like, let's just call it $2,000.
Yeah.
So your 50 would have won you $2,000. You could have sold that out for $1,000, for $500, for $1,500, whatever. You could have sold that out before the game started at halftime when Atlanta was up crazy, which probably would have been in your best interest because you could have been like, you know what, give me $1,500. Say you take the $500 L, but they took the whole L. They would have bought the ticket from you and lost because the Patriots came back and beat them in that ridiculous Super Bowl. So this gentleman could have done the same thing. Des Bryant offered him $125,000 for the ticket, and he said no. He turned it down. And now, knowing what happened, after watching the game last night, we obviously know that was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Because the Texas Tech didn't win. So now not only does the man not get his $125,000, he doesn't even get his $1,500 back. He lost $1,500 on that ticket when he could have had 125 G's, which would have paid for his, obviously, what he put in on the ticket and a nice profit.
Yeah.
I asked JJ last night, what would you have done? Would you have done that? And what was your answer, JJ?
I would have went with it.
You would have taken
because I had money already on it, but
yeah.
At the end of the day...
went with it. You mean you would have went with it taking Texas Tech?
Yes.
Not cashed out the ticket?
No.
You wouldn't have cashed out?
You would have gave Des Bryant the middle finger?
Yes.
You would have told Des Bryant, get out of my face right now.
How many times are you going to have that chance?
I would have cashed that shit out in 3
Dude,
seconds.
Des Bryant and I would have been best friends that night.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I would have cashed that out.
But at the same time,
you can never
by the
turn
sounds
down.
of it, this man had money.
He did.
Yeah.
He does this on a daily basis, and it's not his full-time job. It's just a hobby. But so if I were to kind of put my, I guess, feet in his shoes, I would have went with it because at the end of the day, it sounds like I have nothing to lose, especially because you were talking about at the beginning of the season, that would have been a throwaway bet.
Check it out. Continue along with the story. The bettor told ESPN that sports betting is a hobby of his, not his full-time job, and that he began around 8 years ago. It was something that I do for fun, he noted. I live on the West Coast, so it's somewhat convenient for me to drive to Vegas. College basketball is the sport I enjoy watching most, and my interest in betting stemmed from a love of watching sports. He likes making futures bets on college basketball because of the large variety of teams and the long odds available rather than individual games. He usually makes several trips to Vegas throughout the season to get his money down on the bets. On a long shot futures, it's kind of like buying a lottery ticket or a big parlay, but something I think is more reasonable and has a chance of actually winning. In addition to the $1,500 wager on Texas Tech at 200-1, ESPN learned that he had also placed a $1,500 ticket on Michigan State at 40-1 and an $800 wager on Texas Tech at 125-1. So he put in a later bet on Texas Tech. So that would pay him $100,000 for the $800 ticket.
Yeah.
If Texas Tech cashed, so he would have won a total of $400,000 last night because he would have had the $100,000 there plus the $300,000 from the OG ticket.
That's crazy.
Let's see. I like the long odds of Texas Tech at 2-1. The bettor said I had them last year at 250-1, even though they fell short in the Elite Eight. They returned a lot of the same guys and the same coach, so I really had confidence in them. So look at a guy doing his research there. After losing out on all the long shots last year without hedging the bet, including Clemson at 500-1, the idea of selling this year's future bet to a secondary marketplace like PropSwap or Des Bryant was very appealing. I wasn't aware of PropSwap before, he told ESPN, but it's cool that I could get some money back from these tickets and someone has a chance to win big. He said the $1,500 was pretty close to his ceiling in terms of his future bets, which makes the question of hedging all more interesting. Why not hedge more on a valuable Texas Tech ticket? The way I think about it is if I hedged, I probably wouldn't have won, he told ESPN. Texas Tech beats Michigan State, but Jared Culver gets hurt. Then all of your assumptions about Texas Tech and how much you should hedge now in the final game goes out the window.
Sure.
It's much nicer to take the fixed amount and not have to hassle of thinking about anything else. People make hedging sound easier than it is, both in having money lying around and actually betting on this stuff. You can easily make a mistake, and then it might not pan out the way you think. For a few hours Friday afternoon, Bryant had the high bid for $50,000 on PropSwap for the $1,500 ticket. The bettor was asking $65,000. So this is during the Final Four game, before they won the Final Four game. He had a bid up. Someone could have bought it for $65,000 at that time. The highest official bid came in at $57,500. The bettor declined both bids and let it ride into Saturday night's Final Four game against Michigan State, which we all knew they won. Oh, it says he did sell the $800 Texas Tech ticket for $20,250 on PropSwap. So the one that would have netted him $100,000, he did sell.
He did sell
on Saturday morning.
Good for him.
So before the Final Four game, the dude still made 20 G's.
Good.
So just under 20 G's after you take away the $800 he spent on the ticket.
Yeah.
So not bad there. Not bad. Then he put his $1,500 ticket back up on PropSwap Sunday, but it would have needed an astronomical bid to sell as he declined Des Bryant's high offer of $125,000. So Des Bryant was offering through the website.
Yeah.
Des is up on PropSwap.
Huh.
He knows what's going on, which is crazy to me, but he's in the game. So anyway, lest anyone think he's solely motivated by financial gain, the bettor has given away several futures bets as, get this, wedding and birthday gifts. Freaking brilliant, dude.
What?
This is my new shit.
Yeah.
No more Christmas gifts from Uncle Franchise. No more birthday gifts from Uncle Franchise.
Yeah.
I'm giving my 4-year-old nieces futures. I'm giving them future betting tickets. I'm giving everyone future betting tickets.
Yep.
Talk about a college fund.
Oh, dude, yeah. This is setting them up. We're taking these to the bank.
No more scratchers.
No more scratchers.
Futures.
Well-researched, well-thought-out futures bets. These are the gifts that I'm giving my family.
This is the new move.
I'm done.
I like it.
I'm flying to Vegas. Hey, babe, I got to fly to Vegas this weekend. I got to pick up a couple gifts.
I gotta get my Christmas shopping done.
Exactly. Oh, shit. That is so good. Let's see. One thing I started doing in the past few years is giving tickets to friends as presents, the bettor recalled. It could be a birthday present, but my favorite is a wedding present. I think it's a really nice thing. They can choose to let a bit of it ride or all of it ride or none of it ride. It's kind of cool to see different people's risk tolerances. It's a good conversation for a couple to have. Look at this guy helping out marriages too.
I know.
Giving out wedding advice, giving out marriage advice. If you guys get married, it's a good conversation for you and your lady. What kind of people are you? Are you big risk people? Is one of you a big risk person? One of you's a puss? Are you guys both in the middle? What page are you guys both on? I love that. That's a combo you should have probably before you get married.
I agree.
But if you guys made a mistake and you got married without having that combo, my man right here's got you. He's helping you out.
Yeah.
Bang. Let's go. So then he continues. They're not all long shots that don't have a chance to win. Last year, one friend made some real cash. Yeah, I did give a Villanova as a 6-1 birthday present last year, he said with a chuckle. The couple didn't hedge and Villanova won, which was really cool for them. They were obviously really happy about it, and so was I. It's clear the bettor has a large bankroll and there's a method to his futures betting madness, even though he says he doesn't have a formula in determining how much to bet on each team. I haven't been in a similar situation before, he joked before Monday night's game, but I'm obviously happy to be in it. He may be thinking twice about not hedging despite the money he could have had for his other futures tickets. Yeah. So look at that, dude. Didn't take the money, got killed, lost everything. We're talking about a man that could have had 125 G's there plus, let's just call it 123.5 after the ticket cost.
Sure.
Plus another 19,600
that he just made on
19,650.
Yep. Still stands. When will that ever happen again? Like the likelihood.
Well, the guy, obviously it could happen quite a bit. This guy's buying a lot of futures tickets. And he's giving out a ton of gifts.
Yeah, sounds like he's doing a lot for himself.
And he lives in
friends.
Maybe that's another reason why he didn't sell it.
We got to get this guy on the show.
Yeah.
JJ, you need to reach out. Let's get this guy on the phone for Thursday's
give
show.
Me a number, man.
We need to get a guest.
Yeah, send out some DMs, man, on that new iPhone that you got, man.
This is good. That's good stuff, dude. I like it.
That's cool.
I like the balls too.
Yeah.
Risky. Super, super risky to put that up and be like, no, Texas Tech, I rode in on them. I'm riding out with them.
Yeah.
Win or lose, rain or shine.
Dog, they almost had a chance though too.
I'm a sure thing guy. I would have taken the money and ran.
Me too.
I would have.
And I'm a risk guy. You know I'm a risk guy.
Steve Miller Band all day.
125
take your money and run.
G's. Oh, that gets this cast out of this world.
Yeah.
That gets me full time into this. That's money to put into the cat. That gets this to the next level.
Yeah.
I have to take that money and go. I gotta go. I gotta take that in jet. That's where I look at taking that money and investing it into this show and where we can be.
That's another thing. It depends on your situation. Like
Right.
if you're in a really shitty situation, that's your ticket out.
Right.
But like if you have that money, it sounds like he does. It's another bet to him.
Yeah, you're totally right. It does depend on the situation because it's not like 125,000 isn't really life-changing money. It's situational changing money. You could change your situation. You could change what's going on depending on what irons you have in the fire. Are you at a great job? Do you have a company that you're on the precipice of starting and maybe doing some great things with? Do you have a clothing line that you want to launch? Does your brother have an invention that you really believe in, but he hasn't had the money to put it together and you're trying to get on Shark Tank? Like there's so many different things.
I literally found out that FedEx saved their entire company off of betting.
No shit. What do you mean?
I forgot the whole story, but I just know.
JJ, thanks for filling us in.
I just know they went there with like 20. I think it was the last.
Give us the parts you just know.
The last.
Not the whole thing.
They came in with their last. Hell yeah! They came in with their last $5,000. Oh my gosh. It doesn't matter.
Right,
either way, they just try.
A little code.
All right, go ahead.
At the end of the day, they were able to save their company
through sports betting
or gambling, just like tables, craps,
table games.
Yeah.
So
FedEx.
That's what I'm saying.
FedEx?
Take that L on the way.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Stringstein?
I'm not even kidding you, dude. I literally looked this up for a tattoo.
How about you look up the story, read through it, and then we'll get back to it here at the end of the show with Underrated News. You can fill us in on the full story.
All right.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
I like that too.
I'm pumped on that.
All right.
I just wanted to put that out there, okay?
Let's go with that.
It sounded like the perfect timing. I just wanted to put it out there.
I like the story. I'm interested. Yeah. I would just like to know what happened.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to, I'd like to not leave cliffhangers.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sure. So, all right, we'll move. We'll check back with you on that one at the end of the show. Work hard until the end of the show on that story, like you're at TMZ right now. Do all the research. But yeah, the betting story. Back to the betting story, the futures. I thought that was interesting. So you would have taken the money as well.
Oh, take the money and run.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page there. But obviously, we have something we're trying to build here, to put money into, It's not like we would just take it and buy a bunch of shoes or do something stupid with it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We'd put it into
Would you buy your grill though?
grill.
Your grail, my bad.
Oh, I was like, what grill?
Goggles.
Let me see your grill. Yeah. What grill?
Would you
A
buy the
Traeger?
October?
Why wouldn't you buy the Red Octobers for $5,000?
No.
No?
You wouldn't?
Not until the podcast is going. I don't need it right now.
I was just.
I will get that shoe when I'm in a position to buy it and it's going to be easy for me and I don't have to struggle and that money can just come out and I can be like, all right, that sucks. It was that much, but it doesn't hurt.
Right.
If it hurts, I'm not buying the shoe. I don't want it to hurt my bank account. I don't want it to hurt my sneaker fund. I don't want it to hurt me physically. That would do some damage. That I should just sell off a quarter of my collection and buy that shoe.
Yeah.
And just like it's like someone just took a freaking big bazooka to the top corner of my collection, just gone,
Vanished.
just right out the whole top corner, gone, blew out and just replaced with a Red October. That's what I look at when I think about buying that shoe. See, it stresses me out.
Same.
I want it, but it stresses me the hell out. And I know the quality. That's one thing that's bad too. Is the quality on that is not that great. Like it's not a great shoe as far as quality of. I know, right? And it's old already. The shoe's from 12.
Yes.
So I mean, the shoe's been out. Like it's getting on the edge of like if you got a dead stock pair, we're coming up on 10 years here. It's gonna be might start cracking. Might
Not
start
like you can wear them.
not wearing very well. I mean, they'd still be wearable. It's not 20 years, but still, the glue might be a little crappy. It might start cracking a little.
Yeah, you get to that 11, 13-year mark though, man. Oof.
No doubt. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. But anyway, let's use that to move into sneakers and fashion, man. You said you didn't. I was expecting to hear like some shoe stories from you. I was
No.
expecting a lot. I was expecting, oh man, I got some stuff, and instead I came in and I didn't even go to a shoe store.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at a sneaker. I didn't even go look in a sneaker's direction.
Didn't.
Wild. Did you see anyone wearing any heat at Disney World?
Yeah, there was a little bit of heat, but it
What
was.
were you wearing the whole time? Ultra Boost? You've got to be, right?
Man, do I have a story for that?
No.
Yes. I took my SNLs.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
why not just beat those into the floor? Who cares about those?
The overrated New Balances that you just fucking hate, which I love, because we're different. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. So I took these, and man, they were super nice, man. The other pair I took was that pair of
You
red.
took 2 pairs of sneakers on the whole trip?
That's it.
Wow.
I took that red pair.
I
of
wish I had that kind of discipline.
dude, that red pair of Prestos that you see me wear.
Okay.
I'll tell you a little bit of story about those Prestos. Okay, so we went to Less Than Jake, Not More Than Jake,
Yeah.
and Mess Show, right?
Yep.
St. Augustine. It was in the backyard. So what were we standing on? Not concrete, straight dirt.
What?
The mosh pit?
In the show?
Yeah.
The show was, I get it wasn't inside?
No.
It looked like it was inside from what you posted.
It's
but,
an amphitheater.
but you're standing in dirt?
Standing in dirt.
Was it raining?
Nope.
Oh, it could have been worse then.
But
Okay.
the mosh
There was cow
pit,
shit.
the mosh pit got so bad, the circle pit that
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
doing in there, that dude, we were breathing in all the dust. That's probably why I'm sick today.
Wait.
That's-
They had Less Than Jake does mosh pitting?
Yeah, dude, it's called skunking. It's a type of dance that they do with this ska punk.
You're kidding me.
No.
Dallas.
So they were doing that, and we had a circle pit started, dude. It was
We
sweet.
had a circle pit? What do you mean, Dallas?
Me and Mueller were pumped.
No, you didn't.
We were in the middle of this pit here.
No, you
just
didn't.
getting weird, just getting crazy.
No.
We were.
That's the worst I've ever heard.
text-
So you and Mueller are over there kicking up dirt
Oh yeah,
in your Ultra Boost?
yeah. Boot scooting boogieing.
Your Ultra
In
Boots?
my Prestos.
Oh, in the Prestos.
In the
okay.
Prestos.
All
Okay,
right.
so I didn't have the brand new boosts on. But anyways, so we were kicking up dirt, dust, all that shit. At the end of the night, dude, there was so much sweat and crap in that pit. There was spilt alcohol.
Yeah, of course.
My red Prestos were black.
Oh, wow.
The white midsoles, white outsoles, black.
Really?
The red in the actual mesh uppers, black. Everything black. We get back to the hotel, dude. We can't even like step foot in the hotel, or we're just gonna, if we sit on anything, we're gonna turn the furniture black. We're gonna turn the walls black. We are just pitch black dirty from all that dust and dirt. So Robin hops in the shower, then I get in the shower because I had shorts on. I had gray shorts that turned black.
Jesus.
Okay, it got really dirty. But anyways, R.I.P. to the Prestos. They were so bad that I left them in the hotel room.
No, you didn't. You left the shoe?
Didn't bring them home.
we're not talking about the racers. We're talking about just the regular red Prestos, right?
Just my regular
your
red
regular
Prestos.
GR, just like the black pair you have,
Yeah.
just the red.
From like 4 years ago.
It's all right. So you had 2 black pairs. You just left one there.
I had,
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
So yeah, they were just so jacked up. I've never seen. I mean, you went to the Stampede.
Yeah.
And I didn't
In
see your shoes
zebras.
that bad.
No. And Vitzer was intentionally kicking dirt on my shoes the whole time, annoying the crap out of me. Kicking dirt in my shoes, on my shoes. Yeah, I went in the zebras because he's like, Fool, you need the accurate representation for the sneaker cleaning video.
Yeah.
Fool, look, fool. Starts just booting up dirt, just boot scooting, boogieing dirt all over my shit.
I'm surprised you didn't boot him up his ass.
No, it's not like that. But I was like, Vitz.
But yeah, lost a pair of Prestos, left him up there, and just a donation.
Interesting.
Just a donation.
Was not expecting that.
Yeah. So I came back with left with 2 shoes, came back with 1 pair, and that's fine.
Well, I went ahead yesterday, got an alert from the Jordan 23 app or the Jumpman 23 app, whatever that app is. It's like $10 in the App Store. I think everyone has it if you don't have it.
What are you doing?
I do think it's beneficial. You know what? It is beneficial for certain things. I haven't hit like big on it. But the reason I got it is because the homie Drewskis that's here locally, when he got those off-whites, he got the alert from the app. That's how he hit.
Oh, really?
The app, dude, the app alerts you like on anything on Nike and like shock drops and quick shit. So that is what I use the app for. It's $10. I figure it'll help me along the line make that $10 back at some point. This isn't huge, but I got the alert from the app. I went ahead and copped yesterday the Legacy 312s. I don't think they say Don C on them, but the bread low Legacy 312s. The Philly plug has hit us up saying, yo, you guys got to cop these. Multiple people sent me Nightwing's review asking, are you guys going to cop? What do you think? And I got them. They're $130 retail. I got a $20 coupon on Nike. I got them for $110, 2-day shipping for $5, $115. They'll be here tomorrow. What can you do? Hard to pass on that pair. Now, I really, really, really wish, I was telling you this morning, I wish the tongue was gray. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that is bugging me about the pair. Well, and the Nike Air that's missing on the tongue. I wish that said Nike Air, but it's just the Jordan Wings logo. Mm-hmm. I wish that was different too. So the tongue really, as a whole, is bothering me. Sure. I'd rather have the Nike Air, and I'd rather have the tongue gray.
Gray tongue.
That is what I want.
Yeah.
Then you freaking show me, dude. Oh my gosh! This morning, you're looking around. You're over on your laptop, and you turn the laptop around. JJ, will you put this up on YouTube so that people can see?
Yeah.
You show me this shoe. Now, it says it's releasing in 2019. This is what I wanted.
Yep.
This is what I wanted.
This
it's an
is
all-black
the
version of the Legacy 312. It's got cement on the right above the midsole, but it doesn't have it around the back heel cup. It's got all black around the heel cup, Nike Air on the back instead of the Jumpman. This basically is the Cement 3.
Yeah.
The black Cement 3, excuse me, of the 312s.
Yeah.
I'm not mad that I bought this pair.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is what I wanted. If I would have saw these yesterday, I never would have bought these, you know,
Yeah,
even
totally.
for 310, like or 110.
110.
That is what I wanted.
These are fire.
They're so sick.
So yeah, these are the Air Jordan Legacy 312 Low black cements. They are set to release in 2019. There is no actual release date yet. It just says 2019. But I've been looking at these, man, for the last, I guess it's been for the last 2 or 3 days. Is where I saw these. But again, I've been on vacation, so I haven't been able to share these with you. And I even still knew about these. And Soul Links hit me with the restock on the 312 bread lows today. And I bought them.
Oh, you did?
I bought them this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, so I
Through
got
Nike.
those. Yeah,
Okay.
I did. And by the way, so I wasn't going to buy anything while I was on my vacation, but on the way there, I did see that Feature Boutique out of Las Vegas had the Nike Atmos Air Max lights that we talked about.
Yes.
With all the crazy colors and all the
Yes.
crazy logos and box logos from the past. I did get those at retail as well, so they should be here tomorrow. So that's all I'm really buying, man, for a little while. There's nothing else like hugely on my radar. These Jordan 1s that come out this Friday, first come, first serve. Are you in?
I'm getting them to resell if
Okay.
I can get them.
Good.
I just entered.
Getting
All
a
of them are
smaller
first come,
size?
first serve in our state. We were talking about this morning, except for there's one Foot Locker here that is doing app reservations.
Yeah.
I don't feel like going and standing in line and waiting and camping or getting there early or any of that shit on Saturday because I don't want the shoe anyway. But I think the lower sizes will be hitting on resale. So that's what I'm shooting for. I'm going for a size 7.5. I entered my raffle app in for the Foot Locker here that's doing a raffle, one of them.
Nice.
So if I win a 7.5, I'll go pick them up.
Yeah.
I'll cop because I know I can make some money off those.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pair that I don't want anyway. I'm not really that interested. I don't see what the hype is on them. I'm not a big pink guy. I'm a bright orange, fire orange, crimson orange. That's the closest I really get to pink. Maybe the salmon color, the coral of that certified jacket, and the kind of the hits on the 700s. Like some people consider that pink. That's the closest I get. I don't get like this, bright
Right.
pink here. It's on this Post-it note. I don't get even that light. That's like light Cameron pink. They call it crimson tint. It's like a light tint of pink. Not
Yeah.
my style. Not
Yeah.
my style.
It's almost like peachy.
Yeah.
Like I would almost call that peach.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think it's more pink.
Yeah.
It looks like a light pink, dude. It looks like what Cameron's fur
Yeah.
to me.
I feel like Cameron was a little bit darker than that, but I don't know. I just don't think crimson tint is the right
Wording,
colorway or
right.
the right verbiage. But that's what they're calling it, and yeah, it's an easy pass for me.
Unless it's a super, super bright hot pink and it's subtle.
Yeah.
Like I would never wear an all hot pink shoe, but if it had little hits. But it's not my style.
Yeah, I think I'm out for that one for sure.
So that's the reason I'm going to go for it Saturday. If I
Gotcha.
can get it, resell smaller sizes, that's the only reason. Did you already get did you see I copped 5 new pairs of Ultra Boosts?
I did see that on something you bought some Me Adidas
Yeah.
from the homie.
He advertised 6 pairs. I hit him up and said, "What is it for the whole lot?
Yeah.
Just tell me what the price is with shipping for the unit."
Look at you, 2J Kicks.
And I just wanted to buy the
Hey,
whole shit.
Give me everything. What do you got?
Yes.
Just give me a price.
He's like,
Because
"Well,
he does that at sneaker cons, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
same shit. I wanted them all.
Okay.
They're all size 11.5, which in these Me Adidas, I felt like I actually got a 12.5 in my mint color, and I have room. So I should have got a 12 because in the multicolor Me Adidas they did before with the multicolor on the back, those were tight. I got a 12.5 in those. I'm glad I did because I would have had to take the insole out in a 12. So I'm anticipating that these 11.5s will be either they'll fit perfectly with the insole or I'll be able to take the insole out and still wear all of them. Got them at a smoking deal.
Nice.
I think only one pair has been worn out of the 5. And ironically, it's a Miami pair. Kind of similar to the pair I created, except this one has orange stripes.
Okay.
So still super cool. So it's that pair, 4 other pairs. There was a bright orange pair that almost looked like a pair of colors, like a pair of that color would make.
Sure.
But they're gone. That was the pair that was sold right before I hit him.
Okay.
And I got tagged. I think it was Seagrass or one of the homies on Twitter tagged me in the shit. So shout out to you guys for looking out. I don't see everything. So when you tag
Sure.
me in shit, I appreciate it.
What were the other colorways? Just out of curiosity.
Dude, there's I can't find it, dude. I cannot find the photo. Gosh, my mentions are that wrecked right now that I just can't find the photo. There's a red. Oh, there we go. Dude. And
Oh, wow.
the only pair that's been worn is the Miami pair in the middle. So those are 3 of them.
Damn, look at the peppermint joints.
Super
Those are
sick,
kinda
right?
Sick, yeah.
Yeah.
And I do like the Miami versions, yeah, with the orange stripes.
Yep.
Super dark green. I love that. The white heel cups, the white tongue tab, love that. And then the neon green joints, man, those are well done as well. They all just look like a boosted stripes model. I love it, man. But what about that white and black pair with the gold stripes? The white upper?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a part of it?
Yes.
I really like that one too.
That's the next photo. So those orange ones are gone.
Oh, are they?
The other 2 are good. So the mint joints and then the white and gold. Those are what's available. Or those are what I got.
Nice, dude. I
Yeah.
like them, man. You love your Me Adidas.
Love them.
You love
I
'em.
told you if they were still going and I could create everything, I would sell my whole collection, just create a bunch of shit that I want.
Totally.
Adidas is just not making shit that I want anymore.
I agree.
They're not making.
I like these SNLs. I know they're not for you. I like
Yeah,
them.
right. Just not for me. So that's kind of it. That's really all I had for sneakers, dude.
All right. What about, so the only thing I have is this Saturday. You know how Sean Weatherspoon did his whole mock-up where he was able to design his own shoe,
Yes.
right? So there was other people that won a contest that was similar, right? So all of those come out this Saturday on the Nike Sneakers app. So there are 3 pairs of 97 Air Max 97s, and then there's 1 pair of the 98s. And these are all the ones that were designed by, 1 or 2 individuals. So those, I think those are going to be hot this Saturday. But that's really probably, aside from the Crimson Tints, that's really all that's happening, I think, this week with sneakers so far.
You going after any of these?
I like that like baby blue ocean vibe one
On the 97?
Yeah, that 97. But I don't need them necessarily. I think the black would be pretty wearable. I like that idea. But 97s and 98s aren't that comfy. And you always need to go up a half size in those. So, I mean, I don't know. I might try to get that. I think it's trying to mirror an ocean or ocean wave. I think that's the premise behind that blue one. So I like the way it looks, but I don't need any of them necessarily.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not. Obviously, I'm not really feeling any of these.
Yeah.
The only one I'm really feeling, honestly, is the Air Max 1, dude.
Yeah.
But even then, there's still a lot going on there.
Yeah.
It looks like a maze on the shoe. It looks like you sit down with a pen
For sure.
and go through the shoe through a maze. So that's yeah.
Like a kid's coloring book where
Right.
you do those own mazes and then
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
for
a
sure.
little thing at Denny's, fool. You sit down
Yep.
at the table, like a little breakfast map. Yeah, I'm not feeling any of those. There's like 3 different, there's an Air Max 1, there's 3 97s, 2 98s, and then like a Vapor Max Plus, right?
Yeah, you got to get the Vapor Max Plus, right?
No. I'm staying all the way away from all of those.
Yeah, those are
I'm not getting any of those.
Those are dog poop.
JJ, you have a pair of shoes.
Yeah, 2 things.
2 things, not even just a pair of shoes. You got 2
Obviously,
things.
this
Wow. 2 things.
Obviously, the pair of shoes, but the first thing is that SneakerCon is coming up. It's going to be next Saturday. So
Nah, it's 2 Saturdays.
2 Saturdays.
Two
Is it?
Sat-
The 27th?
yeah,
Actually, it's 3 Saturdays. This Saturday is the 13th. Then the next one's is Easter weekend, and then it's the one after.
oh,
Yeah.
wow. All right. Either way,
It's coming up.
Yeah, it's
It'll be
coming
here
up.
before you know it.
Yep, for sure. And we just want to let you guys know that if you guys are wanting to come to SneakerCon, the Re-Up and the Most Underrated Podcast are giving away 2 tickets
Ooh.
to SneakerCon.
What?
Wow.
So just
Let's go.
yeah. So just watch our socials. So if you're not following us on IG at the Most Underrated Podcast, make sure you do, because I'll be putting up a post possibly today or tomorrow about kind of all the requirements and terms and how it's all going to work out. So
It's at Most Underrated Podcast on IG, man. If you're trying to win some passes to SneakerCon.
yeah.
On what is that, the 27th?
27th.
Yes, sir.
Saturday, the 27th, here in Denver for the first time ever.
Yep.
We'll be out there.
They're going big, man.
Are we doing a live podcast from that? Or are we just going to do like a vlog, or what are we going to do?
I think we should do whatever you want to do.
I thought you guys were going to do like a vlog or a live podcast.
That would be dope.
I think so. I think we can get a few
'Cause-
people to interview.
Yeah, JC's going to be there, it sounds like.
Well, the hard part is, I guess we would just bring them over and interview them, and then I would just cut together all the interviews later.
Yeah.
And it would
Yeah.
just be like a SneakerCon podcast of interviews and shit.
It doesn't have to like come out the next day. It could just be kind of like a special episode.
Well, the next
we
day,
do.
Sunday, so I'll have time to chop it all and
Oh.
edit it all together. That'd be perfect. We could drop them, maybe make up for some of these missed opportunities here.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the miscasts. But honestly, I've had a lot of people hit me up like, yo, I'm kind of glad you guys took like a week, because it got me a chance to catch up.
Yeah.
2 a week, I'm sometimes I get a little bit buried.
Dog, imagine if we're doing
So-
5.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, but if we're doing 5, we're not doing 2.5 every show.
I
I
feel
mean,
you.
2 hours a show. Like, that's
Well,
too crazy.
honestly, it depends on who we have on and what stories.
But that's what I love about our show is a lot of these other podcasts are getting into people. They're getting into topics and situations where they're kind of blackballing themselves, where they're only doing interviews. We were talking about that. That's why our show's great. We have our own personalities. We have our own show. We can stand on our own shit. If someone comes through and I think they're going to be an interesting conversation and compelling and interesting to our audience, I'm down to do it. But do you know the amount of people that have reached out to me to ask, can I come on the show? Is since we've started this has been insane. And how many people have been on the show? A handful,
Yeah.
not a ton. Now people can come sit in all day, but I'm not just going to let anyone come here on the show, like come in and take over the show. I mean, people that are coming through to perform, like we've had different underground artists wanting to come on.
We literally had
different-
someone this weekend hit
Right.
us up.
Yeah. Just coming through. Hey, I'm going to come through Denver. I'm doing this show at the whatever. Cool. I don't give a fuck. My audience doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be rude, but I'm also not going to just sabotage my platform to throw anyone on this show that reaches out. Like, it's not in any offensive way, but we work our ass off to bring an authentic show and to bring a show that's done the way we want to do it. So if I don't feel like talking to someone, I'm not going to talk to someone. I'm not in the position where I have to do that. If I'm working for Sirius and they're cutting me a check and they're like, hey, so-and-so's coming in, you need to do the interview, then it's a different conversation.
Right.
But right now, we hold the cards. I don't have to do anything. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Now, that brings me to my next point, and I guess how we can kind of close out the sneaker conversation. Did you see the podcast with Teddy and Qias?
I did. Yep.
I got a lot of people hitting me up on that. JJ and I put it on here the other day when we were working, so I caught most of it.
Yeah.
There was a couple little things that I probably missed, but for the most part, I caught it. And for me, geez, it started out as a therapy session.
Yeah.
Just about Qias' content.
Totally.
That's what I felt. I was like, damn, is this Teddy's podcast? This Qias podcast? He's like really, not only is he dropping gems and dropping knowledge, which he did on our show too,
Yeah.
but it was more for like self-help for him.
Yeah.
How he can get better. You know what I mean? Did you feel like that?
I did.
I was like, kind of like, okay.
I felt that same way. You know what my favorite part of the cast was?
What's
to
that?
be honest with you?
It's not the cast. The favorite part of their podcast.
Our
shit's the cast.
All right.
Okay. What is
Cool.
the, okay.
Got it. My favorite
trademark.
part of their podcast that they did
Thank you.
was
Don't be we got this shit fucking trademarked. Our shit's the cast, damn it.
when Teddy called out Qias for saying or using the word freaking. And Qias got so up
Absolute favorite part.
Yeah.
Absolute favorite
He
part.
got so up in his fucking feelings.
Oh, dude, I don't say that.
I don't see that, dude. What are you talking
What are you talking about, dude? I don't
I've
say
never
freaking.
said that ever.
Oh, dude.
Matt.
I say the F word and then I edit it out.
Yeah.
I do, and even on Twitter, I say the F word and I do stars.
Dude.
That's what he said.
This guy
That was funny.
uses
I wish
the
I had
word
that sound
freaking so much, dude. And then, of course, Teddy's followers had to light Qias up and did
Well,
a
it was
bunch of-
funny because I saw Teddy's face and he looked at him like, what?
Yeah.
Am I tripping? And I thought the same shit. I'm like, dude, Ted, he's fucking said freaking a million times. I know it. But then I thought the same thing. Like, damn, am I tripping? Am I being a hater?
I was yelling in the airplane.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
So you knew you weren't being a hater. You didn't even second guess yourself?
No.
I second guessed myself because I was like, fuck, maybe I'm tripping. Like, maybe
Dude,
he does edit it
I
out and I
keep
just
up-
hear freaking.
I
But I
keep
swear
up.
I've heard him say freaking at least 15 million times.
He's like, anytime he gets like the most like sought after shoe, he's like, these are so freaking fire. And he
Right,
says it in
right.
a way where it's just like, it's like fingernails on chalkboard. So like, don't get it twisted, man. On the airplane, I'm cussing everybody out.
No.
I'm cussing Qias out. I'm cussing Teddy through it. I'm cussing the United Airlines out. And I'm like, what the hell is this? We get fucking liar. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And I knew
Robin
he was
was
full
getting
of
mad
shit.
at you?
Oh yeah.
Next to
Robin
you?
kept hitting me in the dick.
Right. Dallas, shut up.
Shut up, Dallas.
You want another nut shot? Then shut up, Dallas.
You want to go to Disneyland World or not? Okay.
Then shut up.
Shut up.
So then,
yeah.
like you're a 5-year-old.
Yeah, totally.
Nice.
You want your pretzels? You ain't getting no pretzels on this ride.
So what did you think of the show, though? Or what did you think of the podcast, the episode?
Yeah, no, I thought it was self-help from Teddy to address specifically to Tony D2 Wild and to Qias. I think Teddy is like, dog, stop chasing views, man. Stop looking at numbers. Stop looking at metadata. Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be. Stop locking yourself into your own corner.
Yep.
You know, don't.
Essentially, stop being a bitch.
You know, he's like, yeah, stop being a bitch, man. If you want views, get your views, then that's fine. But he's like, dude, this is you. This is your brand. This is your career. Do whatever you want with it. Sure, you might lose a couple of views. You might lose a couple people. Who gives a shit? You hit 1 million subs, dog. Do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, that's the fear. He talked about that. I thought Qias did a very good job of being open,
Yeah.
being transparent, not because he consciously thought about, hey, I should probably be open and transparent with my audience. I think he needed the help, dog.
Yeah.
Like
Teddy
this is a man.
Teddy led him there.
Right. Teddy, this is a man that was dropping all these gems and dropping all this knowledge, and it almost had Qias like wanting more.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like soaking up game. Like,
Yeah.
what can
What
I do
else?
now? What else? Yeah, exactly. Like a what
Totally.
else type situation. So for me, I think that's what was, I'm giving him credit for being open and transparent, even though I don't know that was his intention, but he was there. And it kind of, it felt like a therapy sesh. Like he needed to be validated by someone to tell him it's all right to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And he kind of let people know, well, whenever we try something different, whenever we try to do this, we get shit on in the comment section. We get roasted over here. People stop fucking with us and the views drop. And so we freak out. That's on you.
Yeah.
Have you seen my channel? Like, look at my views. My views have tanked tremendously, but I'm doing what I want to do and I'm building something completely different while still maybe mixing in some of the old content. We've talked about bringing that back and doing the Patreon stuff. So we're still exploring. We're still learning. But if people don't want to come along on that journey, fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, this is the journey, dude. And sometimes that's what a lot of people don't miss in their own lives, in other people's lives while they're watching a journey. We're so instant gratification these days. Everyone just wants to get there. They want to be to the end. They want to see the 1 million subs. They want to see you big and your name up in bright lights. They don't want to be here for the fucking journey.
Right.
They don't want to be here for all the episodes and all the stuff that it takes to get there and become Joe Rogan. Why aren't you Joe Rogan, dog? You fucking suck.
Yeah.
You're not doing good enough. They don't want to be here for the journey, but the journey is what's the fun. The journey is the most fun part. It's not always fun.
Yeah.
But looking back at it and being like, damn, do you remember when we did this? Do you remember when this happened? How do you think Howard Stern and Robin feel? Gary Delabate.
Yeah.
That whole show, going from where they were to where they are now,
Yeah.
that journey had to have been incredible.
Look at all the boob jokes from Robin,
Right.
for Robin all those years. Look at the teeth. Was that for Gary?
Yeah.
The big
Yeah,
old
of
teeth that
course.
he has. Like, look at what that's evolved to. They have songs written for them. They
Yeah.
have all these people chiming in. They have an identity. They've grown into what it is today, and that's what makes it so much more authentic.
Yeah.
I think it was crazy to see Qias. I think it was crazy for him, not crazy for me. But to hear him talk about monetization and how much money he's making versus, and he didn't say numbers necessarily, but just heard Teddy's figures.
Yeah.
And Qias was like, holy shit. Like, he just couldn't see himself not losing that money.
No.
And I can understand that, man, as a businessman myself. But I think it was a reality check. I think it was a gut check. I think it was like a facts check. I think he was blown away by the knowledge, good and bad, that Teddy was helping him get to, and the destinations that they got to. I think were shocking and surprising and almost elating to him, to Qias.
The other part that I loved about what Teddy said, or the other thing that I loved what Teddy said, probably my second favorite part after the freaking, and the funniest thing about the freaking wasn't even what happened on the podcast there. It was that someone put a video together on Twitter and tagged Qias and just put clips together where he said freaking about 80 times. Like a minute worth of freaking. It was classic, dude. So classic. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I don't even know if it was a minute, but it was funny.
You lie, the internet will call
Oh,
it
yeah,
out.
exactly. I mean,
but more importantly, that goes to show you the following that somebody like Teddy has.
Right.
The following that somebody like we have here, right?
Mhm.
The gifts, whether it is people going to bat for us, whether it's gifts
It's
going
the
to bat for
difference
us. It's authenticity.
between being a nobody and leaving a fucking legacy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
sorry.
yeah.
I lost track. What I was saying, my second favorite part about that was when Teddy said, well, guys, like, well, yeah, my comment section's it's fire. It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, it's trash.
Just trolls. It's fucking, whatever. And Teddy's like, dude, that's your own fault. You don't go through there and pull the weeds. You got to treat that shit like a garden, my guy.
So good.
You got to go in there and pull the weeds and do maintenance and let people know that you're here for them. Let the people that mess with you comment back to them and let them know that their support means a lot to you. And you say, fuck the haters. Sometimes you got to block a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to just delete people's comments. Sometimes you got to clap back a little bit. And I think it's not all one thing. You're not going to go in and block every person. You're not going to go in and clap back at every person. Sure. You're not going to go in and delete every comment, every negative comment. It's a little bit of everything, dude. Like he said, it's a garden. You pull out your tools. You go take what tool well, he didn't really say that part, but
that's what he alluded to.
That's what he alluded to, man. You go take what tool needs. If you need to block the person, cool. If you need to delete him, cool. If you need to respond back, cool. Yeah. If you think some shit's funny and you just want to clap back, cool. That's what I do. Yeah. When I think it's funny or when I just clap back at fools. When I think it's stupid, I just get them the hell out of here. Yeah, when I think, whatever.
Yeah.
But you've got to do some kind of maintenance. And we kind of do that here just on the show.
Yeah. Like
we go through and read everyone's comments and we respond on the show.
We don't have to say here.
Yeah, we're not in the comments clapping back. But we are on Twitter sometimes. We're letting people know we appreciate them. We're clapping back if we need to. We're retweeting fools. I don't know that Qias is doing that. And maybe the whole the subscriber count and all the interactions are probably way different. It's a lot easier for us to do that. That might be like a full-time job for a guy like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's not doing any of it. And so that's what results in that vitriol and that dumpster fire of a comment section. All that hate and all that trash just burning in your section is because you're not doing anything about it. And then you continue to do stuff that people tell you they don't like, which is fine. Like I probably do a ton of stuff people tell me they don't like, whatever. But you got to stick to your guns on it. If you are like, fuck you, I'm going to do it, then do it.
Then do it.
Don't do it and then cry about what people think.
Yeah.
You either care or you don't. You either want to know or you don't. I'm not all the way one way. I'm not all the way the other way. I'm pretty balanced. There's some stuff where I'm steadfast, where I'm like, eat a dick. I'm going to do this because I like doing it. I don't care what you think. Sunglasses, case in point. We got over that pretty quick, didn't we? Not that big of a deal. Not that deep. I enjoy it. This is how I like to do the show. You listen or you don't want to listen. Yeah. If you listening through your ears because you can't listen through your ears because I'm wearing sunglasses, that affects you. You got some other stuff that probably affects you that we probably can't. We don't need to worry about. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You know what I'm trying to say? Anything that, if I'm steadfast on it, I'll stand my ground and do it. If I'm like, I could go either way. What do you guys think? I think that's having a good balance of that is good too. Being able to listen to some people, take some constructive criticism, move some things around, maybe adjust some things on the show or adjust some things, whatever in life. Yeah. It's always good. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror, if you can't do some reflecting, some self-reflecting, then what are you doing? But you should also have things that you ride for and you're like, no, I'm not. I'm going down with this ship. Yeah. And I've said that about relationships with your lady, fellas, with your ladies, with your man. Because you don't have to battle on everything. Get a good balance. You don't have to go to war about everything. Some stuff you're like, you know what, babe, I could take it or leave it. If they're really steadfast on it, let them have it. Let them have it. In the same way, if you're really battling on something, they should be like, all right, babe, you're really passionate about that. You really want it this way on this. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Let's move along that way. I think we could all do better with that, not only with the show and the podcast, just in life, with our friendships, with our relationships, with our people. So that's the kind of stuff that I took out of the podcast and from what Teddy said. And I thought that was profound.
Yeah. So got to tend to your garden. There's no doubt about it, man. So yeah, yep. I got a lot out of it. I thought it was pretty good. But I also saw a lot of our people that fuck with our cast. Yeah. Golden Eye obviously is a big one, and Jay Nasty. I think I can't remember the two, but I think those are the two that came support us.
I saw a few other people too,
retweeting ours, and you should have seen the episode with the most underrated podcast. So again, we appreciate that love and support too, man. Hey, we're all just trying to be the best here, and again, we just appreciate you.
I would recommend everyone go check it out. Yeah, because I thought the show. What happened to his camera? Did he ever have a camera today?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what was going on. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Sorry, what was I saying?
To go check it out because there was a lot of good gems in it.
I would recommend everyone go check it out. It's totally different than our show, than the episode we did with Teddy. Not only is this shit, it's like an hour and 15 minutes long. Yeah. Ours is 3 hours and 15 minutes. Ours is more of a broed out conversation. We get a little bit deeper, but we also step on each other a little more because there's 3 of us. So we're talking a little bit more. We're laughing. We're joking. Teddy's smoking weed. It's more of a jokey, fun show. This show is literally gem after gem after gem after lesson after lesson after gem that Teddy is dropping for people. If you are a person that you need some help figuring out life, your life isn't going the way you want. Maybe things aren't turning out as you think they should be turning out. Maybe you feel like you could be working a little harder. Maybe you feel like maybe some of the breaks haven't gone your way. Listen to Ted, man. The guy's got endless amounts of advice. The guy's super, super knowledgeable. He speaks on topics intelligently. He knows what the hell he's talking about. I don't have any bad things to say about that guy, dude. That guy is... just the ultimate, bro. If you need advice, if you just watch his moves, just watch what he's doing. I'm sure no matter what industry no matter what you do, I'm sure you can take some stuff out of it.
What I value from Ted is, he's been there, done that.
A lot of things.
He's lived out of cars. He's lived in, he alluded in our podcast, or in our cast, he alluded to, I think he was living with a homie and paying like a couple $100 to just sleep in just a small bed in this like small space in this house. I mean, he's lived out of his car. All he had was doobie at one time. He had no other friends. He had lost all his friends. He had been robbed. His tattoo shop, he lost everything. This guy has been there, done that, and he still continues to help the people that he loves. Yeah. So he's got a good head on his shoulder. He's coming from a good place. Probably one of the most authentic guys I've ever met.
And I'm not saying you have to agree with every single thing he says. I don't agree with every single thing he says. I don't expect everyone to listen to this podcast and agree with every single thing I say. If you do, then I'm probably not doing my job correctly. We should disagree. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have the exact same opinions on me on everything. It doesn't mean we can't listen to each other. It doesn't mean we can't be cool. It doesn't mean we can't. So for the people that are like, man, fuck Bruce guy. That guy sucks. He's stupid. He's an egotistical. Like, I'm not saying you have to agree with everything, but if you can't take gems and pick up lessons from anything that the guy does, then that's a you problem. You're not listening. You know what I mean? You're not paying attention. I'm not saying you agree on everything. I'm not saying you catch every single episode or you do everything the same way. I'm saying you can pick up gems and you can learn some things. That's from any show. Not everything, you got to find the good. Right. Not everything is going to be all good. Yeah. Even with this show, you may not love every aspect of it. You know, it's just what it is. Like, we're all human, man. But I really like that's what I'll close on there. Well said. That was good. You want to jump into the YouTube comments here?
Let me see the shoe JJ's got.
That's right. I forgot about the shoe.
Let me see the shoe. Because I see a Jordan box.
Oh, dude, old school looking Jordan box. Yeah, I haven't seen those. I haven't seen that like box for a minute.
Is this that B grade? That B grade mellow?
No. The B grade mellow.
Is this the B grade mellow?
Before I give this box to you guys, this is from the re-up. The re-up's always hooking us up with heat. This heat is not necessarily something you guys would wear, but I think it would be cool to kind of give a little bit of variety. Yeah. Also, just for those assholes who want sneaker reviews. So this is for you.
This is for you.
Those assholes. Wow. JJ.
Got him.
Yeah.
Shots.
Just speaking my mind here. So go for it, guys.
Dal, go ahead.
What do you got
What
here?
size are we at? 11 and a half? So this is just...
great. So
who
none of
gave
our
you
sizes.
These? You brought these?
No.
These are courtesy of the re-up?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just...
Thank you to the re-up for giving us sneakers to look at all the time.
All right, so I got some Air Jordan 14 retros. It looks like white, black, varsity red on these joints.
And these are recently released and sold out in stores.
Wow. Yes. These sold out.
Yep.
Yeah, this is everything that I would never wear in a shoe. Yeah. This is every shoe I would never wear. Like...
And as you guys know, this is a 14.
Gosh, the 14s are bad.
And then the 15, you can see where they got the 15 from, and the 15.
15s are worse than these, but these are bad.
I
don't even like 13s, though. I go to 12s, and that's it. I'm out after 12.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking performance. I've heard the later, like some of the 30s, 31s, 32s really dope as far as a basketball shoe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the new tech that Jordan's working on for actual basketball, awesome. As far as retros and stuff like this,
in fashion.
Oh, dude, these are so bad. This looks like the lowest end Jordan that they would send to like a shop in the 90s when you had to like build up your stock, like when you were opening an independent store, and if you got a Nike account, they'd send you all the bullshit first, all the GRs.
Let's see what they can do with the bullshit.
Yeah, this looks like this is like the Team Jordan that they would send you.
Ugh.
Doesn't that?
It is. This
is so bad.
This is a shoe that only a mother could love.
This is a shoe that you can only love if you live over on Federal.
Yeah.
If you don't live in Colorado, you would make the joke. But.
You go buy these off Federal. So I go get my roasted chili peppers on Federal, and then I cop these, and then my fake Louis Vuitton.
Aren't there a Ferrari model of these?
Yeah, I think there are.
There are all black, yellow. Yeah, for sure. So here's what I'd say on this. The quality control is something to be questioned on these as I first look at it.
What do you mean, Dal?
Look at the edges. Look how not sharp these are with the red.
I think that looks good. I love how they put those dots on there.
Oh, that's the worst.
I love how they left those things.
Dude, this is
They rushed with these.
Are these the 14s with warts?
Warteens.
With the
warteens guy.
The Ginny warts?
Yeah.
14s?
They really rushed these.
These are the Jordan warteens.
So I see a lot of warts on mixed in the paint. So it reminds me of those Jordan 1 Coutures. We've got a lot of paint issues. We've got
you know what I absolutely hate is this.
The tumbled?
The look of this. You know what this reminds me of when my mom would not buy me name brand shoes, and I had to go buy like some shitty Shaq shoes or some shitty like whatever it was as a young kid, and they were made like with this kind of. My mom wouldn't buy me Jordans; she would buy me Jordache, some old like Jordache. Like, dude, that's what that reminds me of, bro. Just like some super shitty Jordache looking sneakers.
You know what's funny?
Bad.
I think that's the best part of this shoe.
Bad. Nope.
There is no other good parts of this shoe.
Nope. Bad. Very bad. That just reminds me of so bad.
Well,
it just gives me, and that's just me personally, dog. That's what it's what takes me back to being a young kid and looking at those shoes and being so disappointed I had to buy those. I had to get those.
You can't do them, huh?
First world problems, obviously, but as a young kid, being a Jordan fan, not getting Jordans ever was rough, and that's probably why I am the way I am now.
The carbon fiber doing
probably why
anything
I can't
for you?
make a decision on Jordans, and I own a lot. What?
The carbon fiber do anything for you?
No, I don't care.
Yeah,
Looks
these look like a mellow, a Jordan Future and a Jordan 13 combined.
Nice comparison.
Yeah, that's what I would
And
say.
again, to be fair, we are not 14 guys.
we're
I
not
will
14
never
guy.
own a 14. I will never buy a 14. I don't even own a 13.
I don't either. I had the He Got Games
Yeah.
for a little while, and then I
Got rid of them.
So in other words, if you guys were, this might be a 6 shoe.
No.
No, not even if you guys were into these shoes.
No, I don't think the 14.
I don't think I could ever be into them, guy.
I mean,
Look at
I'm
the
just talking-
top. Look at the tongue. Look at the zip line. Fool, this looks like the thing you grab and go down a zip line on. Look at that.
Yeah,
The zip line tongue. What is that thing?
I think I had one of those on my tree houses.
Exactly what the treehouse tongue.
The treehouse tongue. Yeah, I think the
Well, it
only
looks
thing
like
that
the
would make
roof of a treehouse.
JJ, to answer your question, the only thing that would make this shoe better is if it actually performed well. But I would hate the way I looked in it.
Right.
You know? So you're just salvaging, in my opinion, all your looks. But I don't know, maybe a 14 performs super well, and I don't know that, and that's cool.
But I'm never going to be the guy that gives you a performance review. I don't go hit the gym and just ball anymore. If I do, it's very rare. I probably play more flag football games than I do pickup games. I'm not going to be the performance review guy. I'm always going to give you a review based off style. You get a little bit more into tech when we do reviews and stuff. I'm not very techy. Like I'm a style guy. I'm a style guy forever. That's how my reviews were. That's how I still look at shoes. It's all about the style, not the tech for me, because I don't ball like that.
Man.
Yeah, and if
This
anyone in
glue,
the
this glue stain almost turned into a jizz stain all of a sudden on this shoe. I feel
Really?
really bad. Yeah, man, look at that.
Dow, where?
Center. That's not good.
That's
That's not good.
It's not good, guy.
That's not pretty. But yeah, not a shoe for me. I'm happy to look at it because I never would have went into the store and look at it. So I'm happy to look at it here on the Most Underrated podcast. But yeah, definitely not a shoe for us. But yeah, man, I appreciate the re-up letting us take a look at this.
Well, you guys already got the clay, so I felt like that would be the next
sure.
best thing.
Yeah, no, this is more recent, and JJ knows us well enough to know that we ain't gonna mess with this.
Yeah.
But it's good to see it.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it in, Stringer.
Of course, man.
All right. Now that we have those out of the way, thanks again. Shout out to JR and the re-up, man. Appreciate you guys for supporting the show like you do. They got our show playing in the store and shit. It's pretty cool.
Oh, do they? That's tight. I
nice.
watched their Instagram live the other night, and they were they did a blindfold test to see if how much of their people knew about their sneakers just by like being blindfolded and doing the look, feel, touch, and smell. They did pretty well. I was pretty impressed. So it sounds like they got a pretty good educated staff down there.
Yeah,
So I trust them.
it's good shit, man.
All right, so let's go through the comments real quick. Mike the Man. Amazing cast. This March Madness has been insane. Finals tonight. Hype for real. Yes, we talked all about that. The homie Jeff Kirby is in. Dow didn't go to Vegas like he kept saying. Oh, shit. You know what, dude? Didn't we actually, when we get to the Philly Plugs comment, we'll open up. We have a gift in here. I totally forgot.
Oh yeah,
JJ is supposed to keep me on track with that. And I just read this and I was like, oh shit, the Philly plug. So we'll look at it in a second. Jeff Kirby's in. Again, congrats to Jeff taking down the March Madness tournament. Dow didn't go to Vegas like he kept saying he was going to. Then no podcast this weekend due to the Florida trip. Dow might be undefeated in counseling, but Robin is 2-0 when it comes to the vacays. Oh, damn.
Jeff, you are absolutely correct.
Roaster, bro.
You
Roaster.
are absolutely correct. Yeah, man. She be trying to shove golf balls through garden hoses, man, in terms of time. She doesn't have it. She somehow makes it, and I got no time. You're right.
Guru Josh is up next. Not even 1,000 views. Fuck you, Thomas, and this garbage ass Chanel. Nice. Couldn't even say channel. Couldn't even spell channel right. Thank you, the Guru Josh.
Huh.
I know. This is another bitch boy who doesn't understand quality content. He looks at the views and then he dips out.
Great.
And he makes a troll
so
comment.
much for being a guru.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah. What's he the guru of poo poo? Jeez, get out of here, fool.
I don't. Yeah, it's whatever. I don't even know why I shouldn't have read it.
Doc, you need to leave your mother's basement and get a real job like
Not
the
even a
rest of
photo.
society.
Right. Not even a photo. The homie Corey's up next. This Ultra Boost looks so old and antiquated. Let me go buy another Jordan 1. LOL, stop, TTF. I agree. Why me stop? I agree. I think I'm the one that said that. What Ultra Boost was he talking about? He's talking about those ones, right?
I think so.
Why is he telling me stop?
Because he's telling you that, but you'll go ahead and buy every Jordan 1 on the shelf.
What?
Isn't that what the comment means?
Yeah, they don't put some bullshit around the toe box. They don't start changing the shit up. They just change the colorway.
They changed the sawdust joints.
What do you mean?
They make them like all rough. Yeah, it
didn't bother me. It was nice. I liked it. I haven't had any problems. So it was a clap back in that.
Yeah, it was a clap back. So he's like, "Oh, cool, man. So you buy every Jordan 1, but
I'll give you a gunshot.
You won't buy any new."
It was like a half burn. Like I didn't even know I was getting burned, Corey. Bring it a little better.
Corey, don't worry. I had to explain it. I got it.
You had to explain the fucking burn? That's not good.
I got you, Corey.
GoldenEye, yo, franchise, welcome back. Every guy needs to go to Vegas at least 3 times a year. In-N-Out, Bellagio Buffet, and Hash House, a go-go are my go-to spots.
Dude, Robin put us on Hash House a go-go.
do
Did
you
you know the Hash House a go-go? Who's this? Is this GoldenEye?
Yes.
GoldenEye, what's up, man? Dude, Hash House. Man, I sound like JJ over here. What the fuck's going on over here? But that place that you talk about, the Agogo, is dope, man, because you can get a beer in a bag, which is super cool, man. So you get a bud in a bag is what it's called. But they got some of the most unbelievable food. I thought we took you there.
Like
Did we not
box
take you there,
wine
franchise?
type of
No.
thing.
Yeah, kind of that similar. But dude, the food is
Never
to die
been.
for. They give you the largest portions. That place is so good. Robin, again, shout outs to her, man. She put us on the map on that too. So right you are, GoldenEye.
He continues, I vowed to never waste another minute on Qias' crew talk. However, my love for Teddy forced me to listen. Teddy is such an awesome guest that all of a sudden, that's pretty funny.
Nice.
People are saying Dream Talk is the good podcast. WTF. I'm sorry. Crew Talk is terrible. It's a total amateur hour from setup, lack of preparation, no real flow in the conversation, etc. The whole time I was listening, I kept thinking about how awesome podcast 21 was when you guys had Teddy on and how bad this Crew Talk BS is. I actually felt sorry for Qias' listeners. The main reason Crew Talk is on a path for failure is Qias does not allow his guests to speak. I wanted to punch his face on my screen every time he interrupted Teddy. He loves to hear himself talk too much and kills the overall conversation. I said it before and I'll say it again. RIP Crew Talk. Dal, safe travels. If you have time, hit up the Boston Lobster Feast. It's always our first stop when we go to Orlando since it's all you can eat lobster, we pig out there first, then can't eat until 18 hours later. Good times. Hell
Nice.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Hell yeah.
Did you go hit that place at all?
I didn't hit that
guy in a
place.
little coat.
I don't like
That
lobster.
guy in a little coat.
Oh, you're not a lobster guy?
Nah, I don't eat lobster.
So yeah, overall, I mean, I thought the interview was good. I thought, like I said, Teddy dropped a bunch of gems. I wasn't listening with the, I was kind of working while I was listening, so I wasn't like really paying attention to him stepping on him too much or stepping on the interview sometimes. I know I do that sometimes, just talking to artists or guests or whatever. So I wasn't listening that closely, but I appreciate all the comments for our shit, man. It's all we can do. Continue to get better, keep grinding. The homie Choner is in 1740. I guess I got an infamous nasty ass face. Better change my Twitter handle. Ha ha.
Nice.
That's so funny. That was my boy Chase, who got told he had a nasty ass face at White Castle. When he asked, when the girl said, "Hey, where do you want to sit?" He said, "How about on my face?" She said, "You got a nasty ass face." That shit was classic to me. Keith is up. Come on, franchise. You know your favorite mascot is Brutus. I got to give you shots for that, my guy. Brutus. You know I can't stand Brutus. That Buckeye head. CJ is up. Keep up the amazing work, guys. Been watching since the first one dropped. Appreciate you, CJ. New comment, man. Thank you, dog. Thank you for riding with us. J Nasty, Envy. One of the absolute worst of them all. On a certain level, it speaks to those taking shots, not literal, at the most underrated podcast. The tragedy here is the children. They continue to see the violence in the community. The world will never set itself right like this. Don't hate on people because of their success. Congratulate them and go after your own dreams. Jealousy is a powerful emotion that can destroy everyone around you. Well said, man. I think we see that a lot. I think we see that a lot in social media. We see that a lot in our society today. Everyone else is so interested in comparing their life or their lack of life to someone else's highlight reel. And that's essentially what it is, man. When you go look at someone's Instagram page or their social media, 99% of the time it's a highlight reel. It's all the good shit. It's not the bad shit. It's not the fights. It's not the arguments. It's not the days that they're down. It's not the tragedy. Very rarely is it any of that stuff.
Right.
And then when people do reach out and they're like, "Oh man, I'm feeling down today. I'm feeling, not feeling that good. I'm kind of feeling out of it." People are rushed to like talk shit or hate on those people. It's very rarely is it like people go to like uplift and kind of reach out to them and try to help. Hey, can I help you out, man? Can I help make your day a little bit better? Which is shitty. That's just how we are as society. Now, I think we would have a different relationship with that because I feel like our community that we've built here, if someone's having a problem or reaches out, then they're going to need, then our people are going to support them. But that's just unfortunately not the way it is throughout the internet. Everyone loves negativity. Everyone loves hate, and there's no shortage of it. So I appreciate you, Jay Nasty. I'd agree with that. Let's see. Next up here. Dude, tell me how to pronounce your name, bro. We did this last one. It's Luxxiq. Luxic?
Oh, Luxic. Yeah, I would say I'd go with that.
All right. Luxic. I'm going to go with that until you let me know in the comments, but spell it out phonetically for me if you could. How's it going? He said, how's it going down, fools? What's going down is what it is. But I'll give you, how's it going down, fools? Another great cast. Super dope glasses, TTF. JJ was crazy vocal today. Got to have him in the mix. I know this was talked about a while ago, but I had a Ford Edge Sport 2 and loved it. Super fast, perfect size SUV. Good luck with it. I was thinking about getting another one, but got a Ford F-150. Thought it would be more fun for me and my son to do donuts in the mud. Poor Dal, he was excited about those SNL Ultra Boosts, and then you shitted on them completely. Personally, I think those are super fire, super neutral. I need to get those, and I also like the women's colorway. Mm-hmm. Feel a little weird picking up a women's pair, but fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. Dude, I see a lot of people, I'm kind of jealous. There's a lot of people that can pick up women's stuff. Mm-hmm. If you wear a 9, a 10, an 8, whatever, and you can go up and pick up some women's pairs, there are so many women's pairs of Jordans and Ultra Boosts that are super sick that I'm jealous that I just, having a 12, they don't go up to 14 most of the time. So it's a women's 14.
I got that women's satin shattered backboard.
Exactly.
Super fire.
Yep. So yeah, I don't feel weird at all, bro. If you can get them, you can get dope colorways because you got a small enough foot. Do you, my guy. He said, this is why I love this cast. It just feels like a bunch of guys chilling and we're all into the same shit. I tried to tell my wife I'm going to go to SneakerCon and chill with these fools for a bit, maybe even smoke a little. She was like, oh yeah? Go ahead. Sounds like a great time. After 17 years, you get to know when yes really means no. Shaking my head. He's got like the head in the hands.
Nice.
Either way, keep up the great work. P.S. Let the real Tom on the show. He's super smart and geeky, and would be cool to chat it up with. He's talking about the real Ray Ray.
Hell yeah, Tom, come on. I'm already ready.
Appreciate you, guy. Appreciate the comment, all the feedback. I was looking at Ford F-150s as well. Dude, I'm loving the SUV.
Are you?
The speed in that thing, just being able to get in and on and off the highway. I'm seeing so much distracted driving on the road today, and I've really made it a conscious effort to not text and drive as much as possible. I really have been off my phone. I've been doing so much better. Not to say I'm perfect yet, but I've been doing so much better this year. I've made it a focus of mine. And the more that I'm not on the phone driving and actually driving, I see people so distracted, whether it's the phones, looking around the car, just looking around out the window, staring out into space. It's so nice to have this car and just be able to get away from those people that I feel unsafe about. This motherfucker in front of you that's going back and forth and wobbling lanes and going 60 in the fast lane, like slowing everybody down. It's so nice to just be able to pump the gas a little bit, just hit it, womp, 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 just like a little sports car, dude. Mm-hmm. I think it was Kirby that said he missed his because he was like, dude, I loved it. Was so fast, but it was still sports car, like the way you could whip in and out of parking spaces and parking lots, like fit anywhere. I just love it. I love it. He
went with the Explorer, I think was his name.
Yeah, something like that. So I love it, dude. Love that shit. Really, really geeked on it. I'm sad that you can't come to SneakerCon. We'll tell your wife to lighten up a little bit. You're going to come out to the show. You're going to smoke a little weed. Fool, you're not going to get in trouble. So tell her we don't have prostitutes over at the SneakerCon. It's just SneakerCon. It's just sneakers. You're allowed to come over. Come on, my guy. Appreciate the comment, dog. Thank you for coming through. It's Bry 9to51. Qdoba is knockoff Chipotle. Might be true, but they're still doing it, dude. That was my whole point, is they're still doing it. They're still both making money. There's room for 2 sushi burrito spots in the damn city, is all I'm saying.
Qdoba got that queso, dog. That's the reason why you'd go.
Chipotle's got it now, too.
And Chipotle doesn't have queso, dog.
They don't?
It tastes like dog.
Oh, I've never had it. I
Turds.
don't mess with that.
Yeah, it's not good.
But they do have it.
They do now have it.
But it's not good.
I will vouch for him. It's not as good as Cadoba.
as the
It's
dope.
worst.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Gotta have the dope.
There you go. Landon is up next. Yes, man. All my Yeezys are size 11 and they're a little tight. I got an 11.5 for the clays and now they're way too loose. I have to take that L on the way out.
Take that L on the way out.
And get an 11 on StockX unless there is anyone that wants to trade an 11 for my 11.5. Anyways, great cast again. As always, bros. Somebody reply to Landon's comment on here, man. If you guys got a size 11 in the Yeezy clays, you want to trade him for the 11.5, I'm sure he would really appreciate that. You guys can both send him into the cast, and we can send him on the way if you need help facilitating a little middleman action.
Yeah.
I'm willing to do that for you guys. Send me some money for shipping, whatever the case may be. But I think everyone in here is pretty good. I mean, especially a lot of you fools that are commenting every show. I feel like we're all pretty solid. We ain't trying to scam nobody. The homie Eddie 3 Stripes is in. When I saw my dude TTF in that jacket, I knew he had the clays on. That was the pink certified jacket that I had on, or the salmon one, whatever. The clays are fire AF. So glad that I copped. I went half a size up and noticed that it was a really relaxed fit. Unlike my prior cop, the static V2s, which fit perfectly at a half size up, this inconsistency in sizing is annoying. And Dow, cop the Geodes already. They look great on foot, and as you said, the materials are amazing. Yeah. I have the static 700 V2s, and they're probably my favorite shoe right now. Damn. Dow, what's up with the Geodes? I thought you were going to come back from Florida with some Geodes, too. What are you doing?
Yep, no, didn't see Geodes anywhere out there. So,
well, you didn't even go to any stores, Dow.
Didn't go to
Where
any
would you
stores.
see Geodes? On the beach? Buried in the sand?
Disneyland.
Oh, yeah. They had them over at Magic Mountain.
Disneyland.
Was any of the 3M popping inside Space Mountain?
No.
Okay,
No.
interesting.
Didn't the hottest shoe that I saw was an Ultra Boost, but it was just a GR.
Dude, I thought about while you were gone. I just didn't have enough time. You always think you're going to have more time than you do. I do. I always think I'm going to have more time. Whether it's in the morning, whether it's at night, whether it's my day off. I always think I'm going to be able to conquer the world when I get a day off. Like when I get some time, like, oh man, I'm about to crush it today. I got some time.
Yep.
Yeah. And it just ends up, I never get nearly even half of the shit I want to get done. But I wanted to I was going to maybe while you were gone just pop up with a sneaker review just out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah?
Boom, on the clays. You know what I mean? I was just going to throw up a sneaker review.
I feel inspired. I like it.
Yeah, but I didn't. I didn't do it because I just wanted to let people know that they were different.
Yeah.
They're not the same. They're totally different.
It's pretty relevant because a lot of people aren't talking about it.
I know that's
what's crazy.
Yep. Juro style. Don't feel bad, Dow. I think the SNL Ultra Boosts are dope. See? There you go, Dow. Getting some support. Don't feel bad. They do have a New Balance vibe, but I'd rather have the added innovation and more different materials on an Ultra Boost than a stagnant one-piece sock-like upper vibe. I like the general public has grown a little tired of it, but at least it's a different take. The full white/black colorway is fire. All right. So you like them.
Agreed.
Yeah, you guys like them. That's cool. Colby's up next. If y'all haven't seen the trailer for the new Joker movie, go peep that. Looks like it's going to be a classic having Joaquin Phoenix at the helm. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. I have not seen the trailer yet, but I've seen Twitter and some people mad, some people not. What do you think?
I saw the trailer. It's interesting, man. It shows him as a guy that obviously is weak and that gets beat up a lot, gets picked on, but it doesn't show him as this badass in the trailer really, but it alludes to him being, where he gets his creepiness and where all of this comes from, this internal anger. And Joaquin Phoenix is just a badass actor. He's a creepy guy. He's a creepy actor, and I think he's going to slay this part.
You think that's going to be the one, huh?
I do. Well, it's hard to compete with the Heath Ledger Batman. There's no doubt about it. He did so well, and that's the Joker that we all know. But we'll see what he does. I think he's going to be just creepy enough to make it interesting for sure.
Let's see. AN is up next. Talking about burgers. Have y'all tried Whataburger? Also, have y'all heard the Business of Hype podcast? Great cast, by the way. Love y'all fools. I have not tried Whataburger. I've seen it, but I haven't tried it. You?
I've tried it.
Is it here?
Money.
Local?
Vegas.
No.
Only Vegas.
That's where I've tried it. Well, and they had one in Florida as well.
Is that the one that's right out in front of Bally's?
South.
Huh?
No, that's Wahlburgers, huh?
Yeah.
Out in front of Bally's. Where the hell's Whataburger out there?
It's a little off the strip.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, just off the strip, right on the price.
In the South, isn't it?
It derived from the South. Yeah, they had one or two in the Orlando area as well. We just couldn't make it because it wasn't high class enough for Robin.
Steven's up next. This is my favorite cast, just behind the Joe Budden pod and Pardon My Take. Can't wait till you move on to full time 4 or 5 times a week. It will happen. Appreciate you, my dog.
Dope.
Appreciate it. Cameron is in. My clays fit true to size also. I bought the statics in my true to size and was a bit bummed. Did the same for these. Thank God they fit so perfect. Nice pod, fellas. Keep bringing the fire. Dope. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's like I said, I want to make a video on this shit. It's weird. It's super weird, but I love them. That's made these new V2s. If you follow my socials, I said these are my new favorite V2s. The V2, these are the V2 V2s. That's what these are. That's what they should have put on the box. Yeezy Boost 350 V2 V2.
V2.
Yeah, 'cause this is the version 2 of the version 2, right?
Yeah.
It is.
New sizing.
New
materials.
materials, softer on the upper.
Wicker chair.
If you squeeze the base of the clays, the Boost, the outsole feels softer.
Does it?
The whole thing, dude. It's
Weird.
really, really strange.
I've been on vacation. I haven't had to look at mine yet.
DJ Crush is up next. I Need to Know by Mark Anthony. LOL, that's what Crush was thinking when we were like, I need to know.
Yeah.
We thought Tom Petty. Well, he was thinking, what the hell is I Need to Know by Mark Anthony? Let me pod this up a little bit. Let me hear this.
Huh. Was that when he was still with Jennifer Lopez?
Oh, this jam.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to just finish the comments off with this joint. JJ, you know this one or no? Oh, shocking. I'm blown away. You don't know it? Oh, dude. I keep oh, there it is. Oh, that's a fire jam. JJ, you're just looking at me lost right now. Lost in space.
Yep.
Wow. Those horns, when that horn section kicks in after the drums. Is it done the way you asked for me?
Yeah.
I don't know the words, but I just... there it is.
Yeah.
Even talk about you wanting me. Oh, that's sick, bro. All right.
This is definitely when he was with J-Lo, I bet. It had to have been. This is inspirational.
This is ill.
I want to take over the world, Crush.
Crush is coming through. That's the DJ ear right there, fool. Crush, he's got the DJ ear. He's heard something that we didn't hear with the DJ ear. You know what I'm saying?
Let me know.
The funniest part of this is you're like making this weird, like Italiano type of face.
Because I feel like I should.
I know, but this man's Spanish. You're like going real Italiano. You look like you should had the crazy hat on throwing pizza dough in the air. All right, let me continue with this. He says, by the way, I haven't picked up the clays yet because I wasn't sure about them. But when you talk about true to size with the insole in, my static V2 350s fit true to size with the insole in as well. Usually on 350s, I need to go up a full size, up to a 10 and take the insoles out. Statics size 10 with the insoles in, I have plenty of room. That's interesting. I don't have that on my statics, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My statics are still, they feel like the frozen yellows, they feel like the breads, they feel like the Beluga 2.0s, the zebras, they all feel the same.
I feel like I should trust DJ Crush. He's the 700 god. So I'm really just...
He's talking about 350s,
But he mentioned the 700 V2s in there, didn't he? With the insole?
No.
Are you sure?
He said static V2 350s fit true to size with the insole in. Usually on my 350s, I need to go a full size up to a 10 and take the insole out. Statics, I went with a 10 and the insole in and have plenty of room. That's the comment.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with that at all, but that's, who am I? That's his pair. That's how
with
they
my
fit.
static 350s, I still have to take the insole out and go up a half size. So
Well,
I don't know.
it may just be you, Crush. Let me know if your guys' statics fit that way too. The only one I've had fit true to size like this is the clays. And I do notice when I grab that upper, dude, it's Ultra Boost Prime Knit. It's softer. It's a
Interesting.
softer upper, dude.
Yeah.
It really is. The whole shoe is softer. Johnny Boost up next. TTF, I do feel you on some of the points you made about the Ultra Boost S&L, but in the thumbnail pic of you and Dow, I think you'd have to agree they do look hard on feet. Oh, and about the Foot Locker employee that recognized you in Vegas. Actually, let me finish there. I do think they look better on feet. And when I did all the shitting on the shoe last time, I had not seen them on feet yet. To be fair, you're wearing them today.
I am.
You were wearing them in the thumbnail pic. I did think they looked better. Not good enough for me to cop. Not good enough for me to want them.
Better, not buyable.
Right. Better. Exactly. Just better than the crappy that they look in hand, just sitting here.
Yeah.
To me. That's just me. It's just me. All the guys, you have a ton of people that support you on this. This is great. That's good. It's just, we just feel differently on the shoe.
I don't need support. I don't mind shitty comments. I welcome them.
And about the Foot Locker employee that recognized you. So in your old Vegas vlogs, you were at House of Hoops talking with a group of employees. Well, two of them I knew from the shopping mall at the Galleria Mall, Foot Locker. And so the next time I was there, I asked them if they remembered you and told them that they were in your video and showed them on the screen. Oh, hold up. I don't want the Mark Anthony playlist to start rolling in off YouTube here. Sorry. I told them they were in the video and showed them a screenshot of themselves in your vlog with you and Dal. They were super excited. So you're well known with that group of Foot Locker employees, and the two of them, I'll send you a screenshot of them in your vlog. Now they work at the Miracle Mile Foot Locker. So yeah, you definitely have fans at those two stores. That makes sense, bro. I was like, damn, how did this fool get me, spot me on that shit? No hat, nothing rolling in there. That makes sense, dude. Johnny Boost, I appreciate you spreading the word, dog. Always showing love. Monday midsole is in. Do not go to those shops downtown. Won't be worth your time. Trophy Room and Florida Mall sneaker shopping only. Nike outlets, all 8. Or go to Tampa and check out Kicks Are For Us. Mm-hmm. That's the Monday midsole. Putting Dal up on game, saving you some trips, bro.
And I took the advice. I took heed to it for sure.
No doubt. ARC25 COV. This is quite the username.
Wow.
I stumbled across your channel a few days ago. Great stuff. Wish you would still do it on feet reviews. What do you think of the new Ultra Boost dropping April 5th? The Orchid Tint Cloud White or the Core Black ones? Even though you said you were done with Ultra Boost. Thanks in advance. I'm just done with I just am not a fan of the toe box. And that's the problem, man. Is not necessarily the problem. I'm sorry. That's the good thing for me is I don't have to buy. If these were the only Ultra Boost available and I didn't have all my old pairs, and this is the only way to get this comfort, I would buy the shoe. It's not that bad. It's not to the point where I can't wear the shoe because it's that ugly. It's just I have all the other ones that I really love. I have tons of pairs that I love. I love the prior silhouettes. I love the full prime knit upper. I love a lot of shit about them. These I just don't love. So it's hard for me to justify spending money to get comfort that I'm not in love with the look when I am in love with the old look and I can get the same comfort. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's so hard. I'm not, shitting on Adidas future moves or trying to hold them down or trying to say they're not going anywhere or whatever else anyone may think. It's strictly, I don't like the shoe based off of what I can get. I can get the same comfort in a shoe that I do love. That's it.
Same way.
That's it.
And I love the Ultra Boost 19. I just have not seen a colorway that I can mess with.
Right.
So I will not buy it until.
Right.
That's me.
Exactly. And then people comparing like, oh, I'll just go buy another Jordan 1. If I could get a more comfortable Jordan 1, I don't find Jordan 1s super uncomfortable, but they're not Boost comfort. If I could get a Boost comfort Jordan 1 and they started making that, I may not ever buy Jordan 1s again. I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to say, but the thing that I love about a Jordan 1 that I can't get out of an Ultra Boost sneaker or get out of another sneaker is the style. So yeah, I'll buy them in a bunch of different colors, and I'll buy the same shoe in a bunch of different colors because the style of that shoe to me, it's my favorite shoe and it fits me well and the shoe is iconic.
Right.
No matter how many colors they have it in, I can't have enough. So that's just me. Mm-hmm. You guys obviously feel differently. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But that's where I come out on that Boost combo. Carlos is in. Dal, I've never laughed so hard during the cast than when you said, when, in 1950? I'm dead. Killer cast again, fellas. Oh my gosh, that was a shot at JJ's grandmother. Wow. JJ, taking a shot at JJ's 89-year-old grandmother. How old is your grandma, JJ?
I actually don't know.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Why?
Wow.
I thought that was the whole point.
Take that L on the way
give
out.
a woman's name or never give a woman's age out.
All right, you're right. Okay, that's fine, JJ. No
age
problem.
ain't nothing but a number.
John finishes up. Can I get some shots for Dal? That's all it says. It's John. He just wanted shots for Dal.
Thanks, John.
That was it. That wraps up the YouTube comments, man. Brought to you by Pure Spectrum CBD, as always.
Yeah. Hey, I got a little story about Pure Spectrum.
What up?
Okay, so I hate flying, right? And the reason I never used to hate flying, but Robin is a nervous Nancy.
Okay.
She is hard to fly with, dog. Let me just
Take that L on the
What did you say? No.
I don't even know where that came from.
Dude, that sounds like some shit Stringstein's grandma would be saying.
When in 1950?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a nervous Nancy, dog. She is dreadfully.
Well, it's just a nervous Nelly when she gets on the planes. Just nervous Nelly.
Yeah.
All right.
So she's hard to travel with.
That Kansas is coming out.
Yeah, that turbulence, man. When it hits, whether it's a little bit of left or right, or you have the subtle drops. Oh, dude, she can't deal with that, man. So she does like your mom would do, man. When everybody made you wear your seatbelts.
Yeah.
You know how your mom's arm would be your seatbelt?
Oh, for sure. If she was hitting the brakes,
Yeah.
hand was coming in front of you.
Mom's arm.
Yep.
Okay. That's what Robin does on the plane. Like, not to protect herself, but to protect me, because she's nervous. She needs validation. It's really weird, man. It's like a mental journey is what we went through. That being said, Pure Spectrum CBD. I doped up on some Pure Spectrum CBD before the plane.
Doped up.
Dude, I took myself, so they say take 2 drops in the morning, 2 drops in the evening, right? Whatever. I doubled
with the tincture.
Yeah, with the tincture.
Okay.
And I doubled it.
And you're just putting it under your tongue?
Oh, yeah. I tell you
I've
what.
mixed the tincture in with like teas and coffee and stuff. I've never taken it straight.
Oh, it's great.
Okay.
Tastes great. Feels great. So I took double the dosage, but it
So you
doesn't
took
matter.
4?
Yeah, it just
4 tinctures.
and it's an extra strength too.
Oh, wow.
So, dude, I tell you what,
No wonder you really did get doped up.
I was feeling like a zombie, no cranberries, just walking through that airport, just good to go, just feeling like, dude, I felt like my body was on an ultra boost.
Nice.
It was neat.
That's awesome.
It was really freeing. And the plane ride, I wasn't white knuckled when the turbulence started, because every time, even if you don't have turbulence the whole ride, you damn sure know that you're going to get it coming into the mountains, coming into the Rocky Mountains. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It hit, and I was
That
fine.
John Denver's full of
Yeah.
shit, man.
That Pure Spectrum really helped with the anxiety of riding with a nervous Nelly or a nervous Nancy.
Oh my God.
Either way. And then also helped me just kind of keep it together, man. I can never sleep on a plane. I'll never be able to sleep on a plane. It just is what it is. But man, it created this just wholesome goodness, feeling right, feeling
What did you
good.
do on the plane? The 4 hours or what? 3.5, whatever. It was.
Listen to podcasts.
Oh, so you were just laid back, zoned out,
Yeah.
the CBD, and just listening,
It was great.
consuming some content.
Yeah, it was just
Nice.
so nice to be at a relaxed point like that. Because usually, I mean, my mind's going a million miles an
Right.
hour, right? Because I'm thinking about the next move, next steps. What are we doing? When we land, what are we doing? Getting taxis, getting shuttles, not with this. I was able just to kind of just.
Are you still focused? Like, if you wanted to focus on some stuff, could you
Yeah,
still focus on some
absolutely.
stuff? You're just
Yeah.
in a serious state of relaxation.
You know what? I'd probably be a better boyfriend too if I was just constantly on that. Just okay. You know what? Sometimes I don't hear Robin
Right.
as much as she'll tell me like, I'm just really not feeling like I'm being heard right now. And I'm like, babe, I hear you. I definitely understand. The problem is I don't agree with it. That's what you're not hearing. So then I'm a dick, right? But I do hear.
Right.
I just don't agree with it. But with the CBD, man, I was a little bit more even keel. Maybe I should take CBD baths. I get the bath bombs. Maybe just be relaxed for half a day or something, because it really helped with that too.
I think it might be. I think you're onto something here.
I don't know, man, but
Might be good.
But anyways, the plane ride, the
I
anxiety.
think you need to start dosing yourself every morning.
I think so. I think so.
Get your
Get my metadose.
Pure Spectrum. We need another care package coming through for Dow.
For sure.
You get him going. That's cool though. Good story. That's tight. It's good to know.
It was really
I think
nice.
it's something my girlfriend would benefit from. So
I'll tell
I'm
you,
glad you told me that.
flying is a
'Cause
very.
she's an overthinker, like you were talking
Yeah.
about, like just mad, overthinking.
Yeah, flying is a very nervous thing, and you especially me. I'm a control freak. I don't like to admit that, but if I don't have control of something, i.e. the plane, it's hard to sit through that for
Right,
me. You
right.
know, and that Pure Spectrum CBD definitely with the tincture, because it goes right in your bloodstream, helped out a lot.
Dope.
I was happy to have it. So
10% off using the code MUP on purespectrum.com. Also, you can go to their storefront up in Evergreen if you're local, and it all applies the same there. Get the 10% off your entire order there by mentioning the Most Underrated podcast. That's really all we got, man. JJ, do you want to? Did you get that story researched? Do you want to finish that?
Yeah.
You want to come back with some?
Yes.
So
Some actual facts, yeah.
yeah. So what happened here? How did FedEx?
Okay.
How did FedEx?
So how it all began
gamble their way
was, in 1971, Smith founded the company FedEx with $4 million in inheritance and $80 million.
What year is this?
71.
Okay.
71.
'Kay.
And it's and $80 million in loans in equity investments.
It's a lot of money so far.
Yeah, but the first 2 years they fell in $1 million in debt because of
After 2 years in business,
yes,
in $1 million in debt.
Sounds
Back
like bad
in the
business.
70s,
yeah, because
when
of
there was no
rising-
internet.
while rising fuel prices was because the biggest reason, because they had 8 jets in I think 35 different states and they just couldn't pay the fuel costs.
I do remember that fuel cost was very expensive in the 70s,
Yeah.
man. Those early 70s, they were doing the strikes
Yeah.
where you'd have, remember those long-ass lines at the gas station?
Oh, hell
fuel
yeah.
stations? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm with it.
Well, as they went along, FedEx dwindled their money down to $5,000 for the entire company.
Like, that's all they had
Whoa.
Yeah,
left.
that's
they were
all
down
they
to
had
their last
left.
5G.
Smith realized he didn't have enough money to fuel the planes. The company had already.
He
gone
realized
to
once
extreme-
he got down to 5 Gs?
Yeah.
Oh.
He realized?
Because the pilots apparently were using their personal credit cards to fuel planes.
Oh, wow.
To uncash paychecks.
Wow.
And it got really bad.
story
that's
of
loyal.
FedEx.
That's loyalty.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and
You think millennials will do that now?
No.
Fuck no.
never.
Go on.
But
Go on.
amazingly enough, he ended up going to Las Vegas and took his $5,000, brought it to a blackjack table,
No
and
way.
turned it into $27,000.
All right.
It was just enough to stay in business for another week, but it definitely gave him that kickstart to motivate himself to attain over $11 million in investments.
Huh.
Damn.
Quadrupled his profit
Yep. That's it's crazy.
at the table.
Vegas, too. Just took it to Vegas.
Wow.
That's pretty dope, man.
I mean, that's talk about risking it. Like, hey, I don't have anything else. He had all those loans that JJ spoke to privy the story.
yeah.
That's a risk it like for the biscuit type of mentality.
the
Like,
thing-
I have nothing left to do. That's what I got to do.
And
Right.
the thing is that his senior vice president freaked the hell out on him. He was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he was like, "What do you want? Like, we either use it on whatever we have left for the business, or we try to risk it to save the business. Either way, we might go down." Like,
What
there's
games
really
did he win it on?
Blackjack.
Blackjack. 5 Gs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, I would do that for our podcast
Stringstein,
if I had to.
I appreciate you coming through
Yeah.
with the good info there,
Yeah.
making sure we know what's going on.
Yeah.
Full story.
Yeah.
I appreciate you doing the proper research.
That was intriguing.
Give me a fist bump for getting an iPhone.
Yeah,
JJ's
of
finally
course.
got an iPhone.
Why?
He's on the
What,
Apple
what
train.
made you within a week's worth of time? Because that's when we talked last. That's when I was here with you last. What got you?
He's been wanting it, I think.
Yeah, I told you multiple times I would like to kind of change over. I'm starting to get paid more.
Your new
this
salary.
is like
Yeah.
going down the drain more and more
Dude,
each
he couldn't even
day.
answer the phone. Like, it was like one of those Android deals where every time you would call him, he couldn't answer.
His
So then-
his phone had forced closed.
yeah, the whole phone. Yeah, exactly.
Or like,
the
it
whole
wouldn't-
phone force
I
closed.
hate those messages.
I don't know. It wasn't like forced closing. It just wasn't I wasn't able to talk to anyone, so I'd have to hang up and then try to recall them. And the thing is that it was weird because it wouldn't even let me hang up the phone at some point. So it was like
Unfortunate, bro.
it was so weird.
It's
and I
unfortunate.
struggled. Like, I had some posts this weekend that I struggled to find on my phone that were really important to get up. It just ruined my day completely, and I was like, screw it. I really
That's
just
it.
need
I'm
a
done
phone.
with it. I'm done with this Android.
The young Padawan is growing up.
I
love it.
Like, at the end of the day, it makes my life so much easier. Like, these past couple days have been just amazing because it's all free flowing because I'm working. I
tight.
literally have a MacBook, so it just makes my life.
They just talk. They just it's the ecosystem, man.
Yeah.
And it adds balance when you have everything that is the same.
And it's
again,
crazy because back in middle school, or not middle school, at the beginning of high school, I think it was, I got iPhone 4S. I started with that, and then after I started seeing the Galaxies coming out with all the new tech,
The gimmicks
and
got
that
you,
was
huh?
like,
Yeah.
that was so cool to me because
The
I was
gimmicks
a
got
really
you.
like a big tech kid. And I got my first Galaxy S4. I loved it. It did obviously have its quirks here and there, and I kind of I don't know, convinced myself to kind of stick with it, and I did for a while there, and finally just kind of getting back into the workforce and kind of realizing that it really isn't
Plus,
that
everything
way.
we work on here at the shop is all Apple. You know, we do everything Apple here, so it just makes it easier for
And
you
that's
to work.
another thing. It like I grew up in school. I use Apple products a bunch, but I was always kind of told like once you get into the real workforce, it's all PC stuff. Like it really isn't Apple because
Maybe in the workforce, but not in the creative
Yeah.
workforce.
JJ. Every rose has its thorn. You know what I mean? Every rose
yeah,
has its thorn. Every device, even though it could be a rose, i.e. Android, back
Yes.
for you for a long time,
yes,
is going to have its thorn.
yes.
And you eventually have to reach a time in your life where it doesn't work for you. And you feel like that thorn has now just been poking you way too damn much. And you have to go a different way.
I feel like
And
I'm
Apple
in a
was there.
therapy
I know,
session
Jesus,
right
what-
now.
And
What are you,
Apple was
Theodore
there.
Roosevelt on this? What are you
And Apple
doing?
was there for you. So I'm proud. Hey, anyways, real quick, before we get the hell out of here, hot take. Dude, what's up
up.
with Paul Pierce, dog? and his comments regarding his career being better than D Wade.
Dallas, we're so over on time.
Let's talk about this real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me tell you about this, man. So this
I'm not
happened.
sleeping tonight.
This happened on the set of.
You are one pathetic loser.
This happened on ESPN NBA Countdown, I believe, on Friday night, which sparked a huge debate, dude, on social media. So Paul Pierce literally said, "Dog, I've had a better career, and I had a better career than D Wade." Let me tell you something here. Okay, D Wade, 13 All-Star appearances, 8-time NBA All-Star or All-NBA, 3-time All-Defense, and 3 rings. Paul Pierce, 10 All-Star appearances, 4-time All-NBA, 0 All-Time Defense, and 1 ring. What was he smoking? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Why? Where does Paul Pierce come from? This? Because he's a KU guy. He's my guy.
Right.
Why is he embarrassing himself like this? What's going on?
I mean, he did get pushed off the court in a wheelchair and then came running back on about 15 minutes later, back to good.
Right.
And came back and brought him back. I think he hit like a 3-point or winning 3. Maybe it wasn't
Pretty
3.
sure
I don't know.
it's an ego
Game-winning shot.
issue.
I don't know if Dwanye did that.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
I don't know if he's in a Gatorade commercial next to Gabby Union.
But I will say that if I'm correct on that, I believe Miami with D Wade also knocked the Celtics out of the playoffs one year. I was a little shocked by that because I love Paul Pierce, man. I love his takes. I love he's a KU guy. He did great with the Celtics. He was probably one of the original of the big 3.
Oh, of course, yeah, he definitely
obviously,
was.
I think the big 3 with San
He helped get
Antonio,
them there.
with San Antonio and with the Celtics, I think those are kind of the 2 teams that kind of were the originators of the big 3. So
Yeah.
I mean, he was a big part.
But
of
he helped.
getting them there.
Bring him in. He helped. He was the reason. Hey, he convinced Garnett and Ray Allen to
all
come
those
in.
to
You know what I
come
mean?
in. Yeah, for sure. So I mean, he did a lot on the court, but when we're comparing careers, I don't really.
Right, yeah.
If you go by facts, I don't think there really is a comparison. So I'm sad that a KU alumni.
Does it have game-winning shots or anything like that up there? Because I think that's where Paul Pierce would probably be.
Yeah, maybe.
He would beat him in shit like that. It
For
wouldn't
sure.
be like, obviously, titles or anything like any of your normal base metrics.
Right.
You know, Wade was just on better teams for longer.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's funny. There was another tweet that came out that said something like, if Dwayne Wade came back next season instead of retiring, played all 82 games and scored 0 points in every one of them, he'd still have a higher scoring average than Paul
That's
Pierce.
funny. Jeez.
So
That's rough.
my old KU alumni, man, I love you, but bruh, what are we doing here?
Take that L on the way out.
For Paul Pierce.
That's all I got.
For your guy. I mean,
We can get the hell out of here.
that's that'll be it for this one. I think we're back on a normal schedule now, so we'll be back. We'll be dropping a podcast on Friday.
Dude.
We'll record Thursday. What?
We might have another bomb cycle. It looks like
A bomb
Bomb
cyclone.
cyclone.
Yeah, I heard someone hit me with a blizzard warning. We'll talk about that off air, JJ. I don't need to waste anyone else's time over that bullshit. As always, man, thank you guys for tuning in.
I'm going back to Florida.
We will catch you fools Friday.